for YouTube to recognize that it's received the stream signal. I'm about to start. All right. Oh, it connected automatically. Good. I guess I really am not used to doing the new N51 anymore. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the new N51. Oh, I actually have Lickitung open, but we're gonna start with Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan first.
We pranked you.
Yeah. So as you can hear, joining me today is one of my collaborators on the new N51, Banana Meteor.
Hello, good to be back.
Good to have you back. And as you can see below me on the camera here, that's like the brief description of the concept. Is something that I started doing with a couple of my non-new N51 redesigns that I figured is a good idea to have for this as well, because we're always getting people who join in and don't know what we're doing. Well, now there's, written right on screen what we're doing. So hello, Alex, Fig, Kyle, Nuggy, Gano, Didac, welcome. I don't have sketches of my Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan because the sketches that I have I don't feel like they are really useful for communicating what I'm going to do. But basically the idea, the main thing is to bring Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan closer to each other, because if you just look at them as they are, they don't really look like they're a pair, right? They don't look like they're related, and I mean they weren't back in the day. They were just two fighting type Pokemon that you could get in not exactly version exclusives, but like playthrough exclusives. But they don't share any design elements besides their main body color. So that is the main thing, and just as a thing to make them a little bit more interesting, I thought of replacing Hitmonlee's legs and Hitmonchan's arms with springs, so essentially arms. Hitmonlee's legs, in official art, it's never been displayed as springs. It's always this the bumpy thing. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. But in the manga, in a few different instances, and maybe in some other contexts as well, there has been art showing Hitmonlee's legs as springs. So there's precedent there. And as far as bringing the two designs together, I thought the best way to do it would be to look at Tyrogue. So even though normally for the new N51 we don't really consider the later generation evolutions and pre-evolutions, but Tyrogue already kind of does bring together the designs of these two. It has the bandages around its arms and its waist, just like Hitmonlee has around its arms. It has sort of shoes that kind of look like Hitmonchan's shoes, whatever they're supposed to be. And it has this kind of crest that is also reminiscent of Hitmonchan. So I want to use a Tyrogue-like body plan, body shape, but then make one of them be springs on the legs and the other one is springs on the arms, and obviously make changes to the specific shapes of crests on their face, and change their eyes, and various kinds of changes like that. And that's the part that I want help with. The specifics of what should be different from one to the other. So, Tyrogue is a good design. Great work. Thank you, Ethan.
We did it. We're done. Let's go home.
So if you have any thoughts on that approach, let me know. I think I'm gonna start. Oh, go ahead.
I'm totally open to what you're saying. I never even picked up before how many design elements Tyrogue like really takes from both of these guys. Like, of course that would make sense because whoever designed it second and had to like kind of cross-reference them. But like, I never even really picked up that he's got the same hands as Hitmonlee and the same shoes as Hitmonchan.
Yeah, it's got the three-fingered hand. Yeah, it's actually that's actually something that I hadn't really noticed until like last night when I was doing another round of like planning what this design was gonna be. So like just superficially, it doesn't really look like either of these Pokemon, and it doesn't really look like Hitmontop either, for that matter. But it does have these like kind of subtle elements that help to bring it all together.
Yeah, it's clever. I'm kind of appreciating it for the first time because I've never really paid Tyrogue much mind before.
Yeah. Are you concerned about the humanoidness of the line? Asks Ethan. And yes, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon that are very humanoid, but like both Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan have, I think, enough elements to them that are not human. Hitmonlee especially, Hitmonchan not as much, but like what bothers me is when Pokemon look like they could just be a person in a costume. And Hitmonlee especially definitely doesn't have that. And so I want to, like, they can be humanoid, like they can be a human shaped body, but just want to try to make it so that it doesn't leave any space to the idea that it's a person.
Boy, you must hate Godzilla.
Godzilla?
Yeah, like the franchise, because it's all people in costumes.
I see what you mean.
To be portrayed by people wearing costumes.
Yes, well, I don't hate Godzilla, but I don't like follow that franchise, so I guess that helps. I think the legs are gonna have to be longer than this. I'm just kind of doing a rough approach here.
Now, have you sketched these out yet, or is this just kind of a design in your head that you are bringing to life for the first time?
No, I have sketched them out. The sketches themselves were more of me figuring it out rather than a good way to show what I actually want to do. So, like, the sketches that I have just aren't really useful to put on the stream, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I know what I'm going for here. Yeah, let's move this foot way over so we can do a nice spring design.
Ooh, we're doing long legs.
Well, it has to stretch out. I mean, the springs have to show that they are springs, right? So.
Now, I know the answer is no, because you only play one franchise, but were you inspired by the video game ARMS for this design?
I was, yes. I mean, I haven't.
Wrong.
I haven't played ARMS, but the kind of aesthetics or not the aesthetics, just like the mechanics, I guess, of ARMS. Yes. And in Yeah, but I guess the main thing that really inspired me to do this was just seeing artwork of Hitmonlee from the manga that shows it with spring legs. So
I'd like to see that image that you're talking about. If you're
oh yeah, I'll grab it off of Bulbapedia. I think there's more than one, but there's definitely one that I've seen multiple times. Yeah, I actually should have added that to the canvas so I could show it. Yeah, there's at least a couple. Hang on. Okay, so these two images here. Oh, I'm gonna have to make them way bigger.
Oh my goodness, that's super cool.
Yeah, so this might actually be from the same, like from the same issue. In this one, you can only kind of see that there's the springs there on one of the legs, but on this one, then you can really see it. So I really like this one, and like it just, I haven't read this issue, so I don't know, you know, how much they use this, but like they make it seem like it's just an endless spring.
Kind of weird that it looks like it's recessed inside of Hitmonlee's body, so it's almost like he's wearing this big suit, and these spring legs are like peeking out of them, like they're legs coming out of shorts.
Well, that is exactly what I'm planning to do, because I figured that shorts aesthetic, and Tyrogue has shorts, right? So I figured that was a good way to also tie the whole thing together. Oh, and honey, Gano says hi.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
this is awkward.
She's got fans.
Indigo, my wife, sitting in the back, and I guess actually following the stream on the stream and not just by looking over my shoulder.
I'm giving you watch time.
Great, thank you.
But yes, I have the day off today, so I'm just hanging out in the background, and I'm playing Animal Crossing.
Cool. Fig asks, what material do you want the springs to be made of? Metal, flesh, thick bandages like the original-ish look. Yeah, bandages, because Hitmonlee has the bandages on the arms, right? And Tyrogue has the bandages on the arms and around the waist. And so basically I want to give them bandages on the legs, the arms, and the waist. And so on Hitmonlee, the bandages around the legs become springs. And on Hitmonchan, it's the bandages around the arms that become springs. And I guess maybe the bandages around the waist become springs for Hitmontop, although we're not doing that one. Willie says, God, Hitmonlee is my least favorite Pokemon of all time. That
is a bold statement.
Yeah, I like Hitmonlee. It's far from my favorite, and there's a lot of things that I don't like about it, but I like Hitmonlee overall.
I mean, obviously, like, you gotta pick one to be your least favorite, but there's a lot of Pokemon that I like less than Hitmonlee.
Absolutely.
Shed, what is your least favorite Pokemon of all time?
Cryogonal.
I've asked you this before.
I feel like you have,
I had
yes.
that ready to go.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one who's asked me this before.
Yeah. I think Volcanion is absolutely abhorrent. I hate to look at it. I don't want to see it.
Interesting. I mean, I don't look at it very much, period. So,
yeah,
so,
got
so
swept under the rug.
yeah, exactly. Hey, Wispy, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Liebers, glad to see more progress on the new 51. Sadly, I cannot stick around very long, but I'll still be here while I drink my coffee and start my day. Start your day? What time zone are you in? Because for me here, it's afternoon, and I'm one of the last time zones. So I guess you must be like really far ahead.
Or it's COVID times and time is an illusion, and if you wake up in the middle of the day and you're starting it, that's valid.
Fair, yeah. Good point. I agree with Kyle. Hitmonlee is better than Hitmonchan. Like, I think I used a Hitmonchan more than Hitmonlee when playing blue and yellow. I think I picked Hitmonchan more often. But I think overall I like it better. I like Hitmonlee better. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm giving Hitmonlee a head.
Oh, this is gonna be strange.
It's gonna be strange for Hitmonlee to have a head.
Yeah, I feel like it'll honestly be hard to make it look like Hitmonlee with that change, but you know, surprise me.
Yeah, well, let's work on it. But I think the like style of the legs and the style of the feet are going to help in that. And even though it's going to have a head, and I'm going to give it like some kind of crest, I am going to give it the same style of eyes.
Okay.
So I think the eyes themselves should be pretty recognizable.
It's so hard for me to just imagine right now what it'll look like, because it's so ingrained that Hitmonlee is just kind of like this Looney Tunes looking monster.
Yeah, fair.
We'll have to see.
But I think I won't give them a mouth, either of them, for that matter.
Really? Now Hitmonchan's got a pretty distinctive mouth.
Yeah, we could do it so that it's like Hitmonchan has a mouth, but not Hitmonlee. Please give it two heads like Caterpie. Yeah. Like, proportions need work. I definitely want to make the bottom leg longer. Oh, what? Oh, I totally mismatched layers here. Oh. But it wouldn't be a me it wouldn't be a me stream without drawing things on the wrong layer. So
yeah. I mean, in your defense, I always do that when I draw digitally. I find layers to almost be impeding instead of helping me.
Like if I'm doing like a painting, like if I was doing a full scale rendering of something, which I almost never do, but if I were, I probably wouldn't be using layers as much. Like maybe a layer for the foreground, a layer for the background, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I probably wouldn't be using layers as much. The thing is that it's really useful when you're drawing a character to work out proportions.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, okay, well this leg here, I want it to be longer, so I'm just gonna move the foot over. Right?
Yeah.
If I was doing this on paper or even digitally but without any layers, that would be a lot more work to accomplish that. Well, what if I had a pattern to resemble shorts? Well, it's going to have like a thicker... I guess it's not really noticeable here. Maybe I can emphasize it a little bit more. But yeah, just like Tyrogue has the shorts that are kind of bulging. That's basically the same thing that I was thinking for Hitmonlee and for Hitmonchan as well, just less so for Hitmonchan because Hitmonchan's focus is going to be on the arms. But this is basically what I had in mind for Hitmonlee. I can definitely use some ideas for like what else to do with it. But the general principle is this. Bulging in its shorts. Not bulging in its shorts. The shorts themselves are bulging, Gano.
It's two words that when they go together generally mean something else. I don't really think you need to add a whole lot more to this. You've already changed quite a bit with the design, with the clothes being added and the head being added and the spring being added. Like you don't want to go too far from Hitmonlee.
Fair. Do you think this is still moderately recognizable as Hitmonlee?
I do. I might make the head wider, just to give it more of, because I know its eyes are pretty far apart on its body.
Oh yeah, that
face
works.
normally.
Mm-hmm. Make it a kind of a squatter head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that reads a little better.
Extra cursed Hitmonlee, head and pants bulge. Ugh.
We already did our video on furries. Let's not get into that.
I still get comments on that video, which was nice because it means people are watching it. But I still get comments on that video of people who are just like, "But I don't like furries," or, "Hey, I got a comment the other day that was like, Pokemon aren't furry," and I'm like,
It's like that means they are.
Yeah, like have you seen Pokemon?
Yeah. People just they have such a strong connotation of hate with the word furry that like they don't want to self-identify as one, even like when they fit all the criteria that they probably are one.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's one of those dirty words.
Wispy says, I feel like having a crown that wraps around the entire top of the head rather than just the sides would look better. I was trying to do something that would be similar but different to what Hitmonchan has, because Hitmonchan has the crest that's only on the front, right? And I guess Hitmontop sort of has a crest as well, but it's like on the sides and going down. So that's why I thought of this style. I think it needs to be maybe exaggerated a little bit more, but basically of something that is on the sides of the head and like going backwards, just to have variety, right, in the styles of the crests. But if this doesn't work, I don't know about a crown. I feel like something that goes around the entire head would be too much like Hitmonchan. Like from the front, it would just look the same.
I don't know how to feel yet. I'm still just taking it in.
Okay.
The head shapes.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because this is basically the Hitmonlee design that I had in mind, I'm gonna set that one aside and I'm gonna do Hitmonchan.
Okay.
And then
You're definitely heading in the right place for that one.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I like it a lot more than I thought with the head. Looks better than expected.
Move the entire thing, me, not just move the leg off to the side. I'm gonna have to shrink it a bit and make space, but that's okay.
I don't really think we want to add a mouth to it. Didact was like, how do you add a mouth? And it's like, well, we could try, but why? To what end?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it really needs to matter in this case. I don't think it needs to matter for the new N51. I might want to exaggerate that leg even more. But anyway, but Hitmonlee is the only one in the entire family that doesn't have a mouth. So I don't think that it needs one. And like I said, my original idea was to not even give Hitmonchan a mouth. So that's probably okay for it to not have a mouth.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Jenkins, I see you shit posting in chat. Get out of here. That's my husband. He's here to make terrible, terrible posts.
In Japan, it's Hitmonchan and Hitmonchan. That's not terrible. That's a good one.
Spoken like a husband.
Well, what else do you expect?
They're banding together. They're rising up.
Give him Swallow's lips. Okay, now that's a bad one. Sorry, Vinny. that one's not gonna. That one's not gonna go.
Lips.
Sorry.
Am I crazy? I don't think. Does Swallow not have lips? I think it just kind of has a mouth.
No. Well, I think both Gulpin and Swallow have the same lips, which is like the bulging thingy.
Now I gotta hold on.
If you know what I mean.
Now I gotta
Bulging
Swallow.
thingy is probably not the
have
best
to
way to
know.
describe it.
Oh no, they do. You're totally right. I guess I was just imagining it with its mouth open. But no, it still has the lips when its mouth is open.
Yeah, it's just less noticeable.
Yeah.
Gyarados' mouth. Okay, there's a lot of mouths we could cycle through, but I don't think I don't think exaggerating the mouth is gonna be the way to go.
So, are we keeping the feminine skirt on this masculine Pokemon? Is my question.
I was kind of going back and forth on that. I don't really know if, like, have skirts ever been like the main part of a boxing outfit? Because like every time I imagine a boxer, it's in shorts, like boxer shorts.
Right. Yeah, the skirt's always been very strange to me on Hitmonchan. I don't know if it's meant to be shorts, because I know that the bottom image you have there of the Sukamori art, they're kind of more segmented. Maybe they're meant to be poofy shorts, but like, I don't know. It reads very skirt-like to me.
For sure. So yeah, I'm undecided on that, because like I feel like it could be like shorts on Hitmonlee and a skirt on Hitmonchan. Like the fact that it's a skirt as opposed to to shorts, like that doesn't really bother me. I don't know why, but it doesn't bother me necessarily. For me, it's more just like it's gonna be some kind of clothing-like element on the bottom. It could be either one. So I think at least to start, I will draw it as shorts, but like it doesn't really matter to me too much. So.
Can I say something?
Of course.
I finally got my 30th rusted part, and I can finally make a robot hero in Animal Crossing.
Nice. I remember in like your Animal Crossing birthday party, Julie, that one of your friends, I don't remember who it was, one of your friends was collecting rusted parts in order to make a robot.
I believe it was either Frankie or Nuke, and both of them got there. I sacrificed all mine to Frankie for a while because it's just not my aesthetic to have the giant Gundam on my island. Like, more power to you if that's for you, but I just wanted like a soft island. So.
To be fair, it's not my aesthetic either.
It's just so hard to get that by the time you get it, you're like, ah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the principle of it at this point. Right now, I have no place for it at all.
I understand. I totally understand. So you're definitely making it more shorts like, which I I would have no problem with the skirt if God, here I am enforcing gender stereotypes, but it's always just been strange to me that it's been so feminine since it's a 100% male Pokemon. But
right,
like maybe I shouldn't even think that way, you know?
Yeah, like that part that really doesn't bother me. It's just I just don't know why it's a skirt. The part that bothers me is that I don't get it.
I guess it's the fact that he's a boxer and like why, you know?
Yeah. Like maybe there is like skirts in boxing. Like maybe they were a thing in the olden days or something.
I'm gonna Google boxing skirt for you. It's pretty much just showing me women's boxing gear that's slightly skirt styled. It's nothing like Hitmonchan.
Interesting. Yeah, like where did they get that?
Oh wait, hold on. Muay Thai jorts. Nope, that was just a weird kind for that. Okay. Nope. Don't know where that came from.
Willie asks if we'll have segments on the body representing a six-pack. No, but it's something that I did forget to put onto the Hitmonlee sketch is bandages on the body similar to
these are both very arms inspired. You've got the spring arm here too.
Yes. I've been saying this since the beginning.
I'm a very visual person. I had to see it.
Oh, I drew all of that on the same layer? Silly me. Yep. Ugh. Of course I did.
Banning you from layers.
You're banning me from layers?
No more layers. Everything on the same layer. You'll feel better.
No, but then how am I gonna adjust proportions?
You just won't.
Oh God.
It'll just make it worse and you'll feel better. This one feels very Tyrogue inspired, more so than the other one. But I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's because I forgot to put the bandages on Hitmonlee, but it's supposed to have them too, so I'll do that right now.
They already feel more unified as a duo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm happy with them. Oh, and Hitmonchan also needs bandages on the legs. And I guess what I want to do, I guess I want to give Hitmonchan something on the feet to be similar to Hitmonlee, like not exactly. Hitmonlee has 3 toes. Maybe I'd give it 2 toes or something.
Oh, you don't want them to be shoes anymore. You want them to be like feet?
I think so. To go back to my point about them not looking like people in a costume, giving them claws really helps with that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Or maybe it just has very small claws. And something else that Tyrogue has is that Tyrogue has these like pads sort of thing on the sides of the head, which to me are reminiscent of protective gear for like Olympic boxing and probably most kinds of boxing. And
oh, for sure, yeah. I
yeah,
think that's intentional.
Yeah, so that could be something that we put onto the Hitmons as well. Just like a bulge on the side of the head. Since we're bulging everything today.
Don't say that.
Too late. Maybe not quite as prominent, but yeah. What do you think?
I'm for it. I'll probably have to see it again before I have a concrete opinion, but I think
yeah, just give it a moment, and you should be able to see it pretty soon.
The bulge?
Yes. If that's how you want to put it. Yeah. Yeah, it should be on your screen by now. And Gano sent me something. Sent me something to look at. What's up?
Yeah, I like those. I like those on both of them.
Yeah, you can actually see it in Discord as well. I'm not gonna paste a Disney copyrighted image into the stream just to be safe. But if you think of Hercules from Disney, like he's got a skirt and like Greek wrestlers. Well, actually, Greek wrestlers, I think they usually just didn't wear anything, but they might wear like a toga or something. So yeah, it could be a reference to like really like classical outfits.
I think what was always strange about it to me was just how frilly and like lilac colored it was. I think if it was not one of those things, it would probably read more sports-like. But
right.
It didn't for me.
I definitely think they need to have some color to them, because like for Hitmonlee, that's one of its flaws to me, is that it's very brown.
Yeah.
Whereas Hitmonchan, it's got brown, it's got red, it's got that lilac, and I think it's got a little bit of yellow in it too. So it's a lot more dynamic just in the coloring.
I'm with you. I just probably wouldn't have picked something so pastel.
Right.
It's not really a color you would like when you think about sports too, like boxing, like jerseys and uniforms and everything like that is so saturated. So it was strange that they went really muted on it.
Yeah. Kyle says that boxing originated in Egypt and that they wore something like skirts. So
I believe it.
Yeah.
We're learning today.
But even if that's the case, would it be fitting for this Hitmonchan to have a skirt? Like I can draw one on, and we'll see how it looks. Yes?
You need 50 customization kits to change your robot hero.
You need 50 customization kits. to customize your robot.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I still liked the shorts better.
Yeah, I think the shorts work better. Like
It's more
the
modern.
yeah, the skirt is maybe more Hitmonchan, which is worth considering, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I guess the way you drew the shorts too, with the very circular style, is very clearly meant to look like Tyrogue. But have we gone to Tyrogue by adding the bandages and the shorts and the earpieces?
Perhaps. The earpieces, I guess, are less important to me, and I guess the bandages on the belly can go, but I definitely want it to have, like, for me it's important to have that parallel where Hitmonlee has bandages on the arms and springs on the legs, and Hitmonchan has the opposite, has springs on the arms, bandages on the legs.
Yeah.
The bandage design on the chest is maybe not as important, although I think it makes a nice transition from whatever color the chest is going to be to a more brightly colored, shorts area.
We could try to give him a skirt, a nice in between.
So those are, like, they look like skirts, but they have two separate legs. Is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a pencil skirt that's very short, that has shorts underneath it that are attached.
Oh, okay. So, like, visually it's a skirt, but then it also has, like, a second layer underneath.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, let
Sometimes
me look this up. I see. Okay. Yeah, some of these might work. It does look quite feminine to me, though.
Yeah.
Which, like, that doesn't necessarily have any bearing on it, but
Maybe that's part of Hitmonchan's energy, though. Maybe that's what it needs. I don't know. It's tricky.
Does that look about right?
Yeah, I kind of like that more. That looks like a good middle ground.
And that would also help a little bit, because on Hitmonlee, we're gonna have to have a dark section of the leg as well, like in that manga art where there's just kind of a dark void where the spring goes into.
Right.
Yeah,
weirdly, I think it kind of works with the score.
Yeah. My favorite thing about these streams is that we can never predict the places the conversations and searches will go.
What will we Google next?
What will we Google next? Yeah.
Hopefully not bulge.
There's a lot of bulging. So How are you feeling about the style of head crest?
I like it. It's
On
not
both
really
of them.
changed, but like I don't think it needs to be changed.
Okay. Let's to try to make it a little bit less Tyrogue. Well, I guess Hitmonchan already looks a little bit less Tyrogue without the shorts. But to help it even more, maybe instead of having bandage, that would be like at least 2 stripes like Tyrogue. Maybe a single stripe.
Sure.
Maybe a single stripe will look less like Tyrogue, but still, and it would be kind of like a black belt, maybe, right?
Yeah.
And still kind of provides that division between the body color and the shorts color. Well, skort.
Yeah, I think that works.
I've never heard that term before.
You're learning about fashion today.
Yeah. You should redesign them to quadrupeds. How are we gonna make a punching quadruped?
It'll be like that, God, I swear there's a quadruped Digimon wearing boxing gloves. Digimon will do anything, though.
That's weird. I think when for the final art here, like I'm happy with these designs. I obviously want to like adjust the drawings themselves, but I think for the final one, I'm really going to exaggerate the springiness of the outstretched arm and leg. Like I think I want to put the boxing glove like over here, like way on the other side of the canvas. And maybe make it bigger so that there's like some good foreshortening there. And
Jenkins says the Digimon I'm thinking of with the boxing gloves that's a quadruped is Galgamon. And I just Googled it, and he is correct.
Television advertisements. I think Eat Fresh is a great
yeah, I don't know Digimon enough. Like if it wasn't in the first 3 seasons or 3 series, I guess, of the Digimon
this
TV
was
show.
Like season 3, but I am not entirely sure.
Even season 3, I probably don't remember as well. But yeah, and I definitely don't know their names. Like maybe if I saw it, I would know. But
he's like a blue wolf guy. He his rookie form is bipedal, and then he becomes quadrupedal, and then he becomes bipedal again, and then he becomes a giant robot. So you know, Digimon.
Yeah, like every Digimon becomes a giant robot.
They're all just working towards that. They're all working towards a buff guy in armor with a cape and a sword and a cool mask.
I am going to look it up now as well.
Gano is asking, do you or do you not like Pokemon? Please respond. Pokemon?
That's a difficult question.
I like Pokemon.
My answer to that question is I like Pokemon in spite of Pokemon doing its best to make me not like it.
Oh. Were you dissatisfied with recent reveals? Are you in that camp? I am not, to be clear.
I wouldn't say dissatisfied because I'm not really a huge remake person. I'm certainly more interested in Legends Arceus. That's more different, and I like to see Pokemon innovate on stuff. But I think what's really just sticking sour in my mind is just how underwhelmed I was by Sword and Shield in the DLC.
Yeah, no, I was too, for sure.
Yeah. what I like most about Pokemon are the designs, and the game itself. While it has been great before, as of late, it has been struggling, in my opinion.
Overall, I agree. But for me, it's not so much that as of late it's been bad. It was just I didn't like Sword and Shield as much as I wish I did. Like, I actually did enjoy Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon as well. Like, there were definitely problems with those games that I wish had been done differently, but overall, I do like them. So it's really more just Sword and Shield not quite being up to snuff.
I think I'm more in your camp than I thought, because I was thinking about it, and you know what's super underrated? Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are so good. And it's a shame that that people weren't huge on them when they came out, because I think they're just kind of brilliant in their simplicity. I think I'd almost rather play through that again than any other Pokemon title.
I've been kind of wanting to replay that one myself, but it's just a really, like, it's a very casual experience, but that's part of its strength.
Yeah.
You just play. Yeah.
Maybe the reason I like it so much is because I wasn't expecting like a main series game per se.
Yeah.
I kind of expect more out of that, and maybe that's why Sword and Shield kind of let me down in that regard.
Yeah, that's a good point. So.
But anyway, I don't want to be too harsh on the Sinnoh remakes design. Like, no, it's not what I would have done, but like we've seen so little for me to make an assessment yet, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Besides, obviously, like, refining the drawing itself as I go here, is there anything else that you think I should change or add to either one of these? Because I'm pretty satisfied. And the question goes to the chat as well, by the way.
I like what's going on here. No, I was gonna try to think of a thing, but I like what we have.
Okay. Hitmonchan's pose, I think, works okay. Hitmonlee's pose, I'm a little bit iffy on.
Like, it did change the position of the foot.
Yeah,
it could have bend in the spring, like it had a knee, but it's still a spring. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. I think it's less. I like the spring being like really stretched out, because then it really shows that it's like in the middle of a kick. But I think it maybe is just like standing up too straight.
Yeah, someone did say to try to make him lean back a bit. That might help.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because I was using a sprite as the reference, and it's a sprite that I really like. But maybe if I use that Sugimori artwork as the reference instead, on the middle one.
The spring image that you really liked did kind of have a curve to the leg.
Yeah.
It did sort of feel like it had that knee-ish thing going on.
Yeah, I could make it more of a... like it's swinging its foot rather than shooting it out.
Yeah, because of course for Hitmonchan you do have shooting it out, and I feel like that makes more sense for a punch, but maybe for a kick it would be more of a swing.
Maybe. I think the idea is that it could do either one, but yeah, maybe we do one that's shooting out and one that's more swinging.
Yeah, then you have two like different variants of poses when you post them.
Yeah. well, where's this foot gonna go then?
That's the question.
Put it down here maybe. And
You are gonna be drawing springs all day today.
well, yeah, that's the advantage of not always doing the final art on stream, is that I don't have to finish it today. I can do it little by little later.
By the time you get both these arts done, you're gonna like walk by a slinky in your house and be like, ooh, not today.
I don't have to worry about that. I don't own a slinky. Hopefully that's not like blasphemous or something.
No, I don't think so. It's not the 90s, so you're probably safe. 80s? When were slinkies invented? This is my next
invented? I don't know, but I had one, or like we had some when I was growing up, but I just don't have them anymore.
It was invented in the 1940s, so...
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
It's been around a while. I just don't know when it was like super popular for a while when I was younger.
Well, if it was when you were younger, it was the 90s. Because I know you're younger than me.
Well, I don't know if it was like leftover from the 80s, you know?
Fair,
like a late
fair.
80s fad that we're still kicking around.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Henny?
Gonal's reminding you of that perspective tool that you always forget about.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna be useful here, but thank you for reminding me. That's more for like the perspective tool that he's talking about is the 3D capabilities of Photoshop. So like if I'm drawing a block or if I'm drawing any kind of basic shape, but that needs to be in a convincing perspective, then it's really useful. Not so much here because this is such a complex shape that I don't think it's going to be that easy, I guess, to use a square or whatever as a perspective reference. But thank you for reminding, Gano, because that's definitely something I have to keep in mind. For a lot of redesigns, I have to remember that I have that option. I don't have to spend forever trying to work out what the perspective of a block of concrete is going to look like. I can just make a block, like make a... Yeah, I think we had a rectangular block for Conkelder. Like, just do that and position it in 3D space. Okay, the position of the foot itself is, I think, what's throwing me off.
Now, would it work better if you made the foot bigger, like it was coming at you?
I think so, and I might want to exaggerate that more for Hitmonchan as well. But I think it's partly the position. It was just like it was too flat. So let's try this. I'm satisfied with that curve. Now let's see when I actually draw the springs.
Yeah, I like this. I like the size of the foot now.
Yeah, this is working.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll let Hitmonchan have it be pretty much straight, but I'm gonna also exaggerate the size of the glove. Okay. I'll do one more like level of refinement of the drawing, and then we can put some colors in. And once we're happy with that, we can move on to Lickitung.
Cool.
All right.
I'm excited for Lickitung.
You should be. It's your design.
Well, thank you.
How do I want to do this? I guess I should start with the foot and the spring, because it's going to be kind of covering up other stuff.
Yeah. Now I know in the picture you showed, the spring was kind of like still a tight coil. Like obviously it was coming apart.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that it was spring-like, but it didn't have a ton of negative space in it. It was still very bandage-like.
Yeah, I like it more stretched out though, because like in that art, and I don't remember where I left it. There you go. Like there's a lot of coils, like there's a lot of turns on this, right? So what I like more is the idea that it just compresses and extends, and like maybe it can extend really far, but it would still be like the same number of turns as when it's compressed and Hitmonlee is standing on it or whatever. And I'm not gonna like bother counting it. I just want to show more of it like stretching like a spring, rather than just like a spring that comes out of a hole.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, I love that panel from the manga.
It's a good one. The manga has a lot of good artistic choices.
Mm-hmm. I actually have never read any of the Pokemon manga, but
You should make a video on it. You should like read through them and share your thoughts.
oh, that might be interesting. Yeah. I say never. I probably did actually read it like a little bit when I was a kid, but
Yeah.
nothing that I remember.
I have a few of the really early volumes. I wish I could just like throw them through the stream at you and borrow them, but it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, the laws of physics don't want to let us. Stupid laws of physics.
Of course. Do you have a favorite ARMS character?
Me?
You.
Well, of course not. I've never played ARMS.
Well, you have a Nintendo Switch?
I do, but I have never played ARMS. I'm generally not too interested in fighting games. Basically, the only fighting game that I play is Super Smash Brothers, and even that one, like, I don't play that often. I didn't even like get any of the DLCs for it, so.
Right.
And I haven't played it in months, so. Yeah.
Fighting games have a huge barrier to entry. I get why they're a niche community. You really have to just spend a lot of time just playing with yourself to get better at them, and not even play against another player or a computer.
Yeah, like when I play Super Smash Brothers, most of the time that I play, it's either against computers, so like the single player modes, or it's against friends who also don't play it. Like we play it as button mashers.
It's the Mario Kart of fighting games. It's very easy to pick up and play, especially if you have items on.
Yeah.
Involved in that.
Yeah, and I have no interest in like becoming good for like competitive or like online play.
Right,
no,
yeah.
I just want to be able to play against my friends, but because my friends, most of my friends don't have Switches, so they only play Super Smash Brothers when they come over. And
right, so you don't have to train because you already have an advantage.
Well, no, they beat me often, like not all the time, but they often beat me because we're all just playing it as button mashers. But the thing is that I haven't played it recently because my friends have not been able to come over.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's really the reason I haven't played it, is because my friends aren't here. In part because we moved, and so we don't live in the same city anymore, and in part because even if we were in the same city, we probably wouldn't be visiting each other at the moment.
Well, if I ever swing by, if I'm ever in Canada for whatever reason, I'm gonna make you download at least one DLC character. And
can you get them individually?
Yeah.
Oh, you can get them individually. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
That actually makes it a little bit more likely that I will try it, because I thought you had to get like the fighter pass, but I didn't realize you could get them individually.
No, the fighter pass is just like a nice. I don't even know if they offer a discount for doing that. It's just a big pack to get them all at once. But no, I think they're normally like $5 or $6 a piece if you just want one fighter. And
okay.
Of course, my main is a DLC character, so I have to have that.
I haven't been paying attention to what the characters are, just like because I can't play. I'm not going to play them anyway, so I don't really care who gets added or not. I'm guessing your main is Banjo.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be weird if they weren't.
Yeah, it would be weird if they weren't. For me, I think the only DLC fighters that I can think of are Banjo, because like everyone wanted it, and then everyone was super happy when they were revealed. And that was actually, I really liked that reveal, where they like fake you out, make you think that it's Banjo, and then it isn't, but then it is.
Yeah, they did that, I believe, with K. Rool as well, which was like just a nice callback. Since like K. Rool's also a rare character, and they had all the characters designed by Steve Mails there, and Banjo's designed by Steve Mails, and wholesome, very wholesome. I cried a lot during that reveal. It was a good day. Good tears. Very good.
Of course, tears. Yeah. But yeah, and I guess the other characters that I know are DLC are the ones from Xenoblade, but that's just because it just happened. That's why I know.
Yeah.
I haven't played Xenoblade. I actually have Xenoblade. Which one is it? The one for the Wii U that I bought on a big sale where I could get a whole bunch of Wii U games at the same time. I just haven't played it. I don't even have my Wii U plugged in at the moment.
I have not tried it either. I'm sure it's fine, but just long JRPGs are such a commitment to start.
Yeah, it seems interesting to me, so I want to try it at some point. I just haven't yet.
Yeah. So, other DLC characters would, of course, be Min from ARMS. She's the
right.
ramen one. They added Sephiroth from Final Fantasy. They had Terry from Fatal Fury. The Fire Emblem, which of course made people salty because they're tired of Fire Emblem characters. But whatever, I thought it was funny. I enjoyed it.
I generally, like, I know people complain a lot about, like, Super Smash Brothers having too many sword fighters, but, like, the sword fighters are the ones I like anyway, so I really don't care.
It's just a very common fantasy weapon, so, like, it's not so much that, like, Smash has an overabundance of sword fighters, it's just, like, video games have a lot of sword fighters, so, like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Of course, I know that, like, Western mascot characters, like, stuff like Crash, they're less sword-based, but there's very few Western characters in Smash, so it's mostly a Japanese boys club.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Minecraft Steve, of course. I know I glossed over characters there. I'm so sorry if I glossed over your favorite. Hero from Dragon Quest, Joker from Persona, there's so many now. There's so many DLC characters.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll look up the list and see if any of them actually interest me. But I don't think any of them were from games that I know. So
well, they're not from Pokémon, Shed. So
they're not Pokemon, and they're not Zelda either, as far as I can remember. I don't think any of the DLC fighters were from Zelda. So.
No, we only have 2 slots left unless they announce Fighter Pass 3. I can see another Zelda character. Especially with Breath of the Wild 2 on the horizon. Of course, they probably wouldn't put in a character in a game that's not out yet, but I don't know if there's anything new from Age of Calamity that they would have wanted to put in.
Oh, maybe, actually. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in Age of Calamity.
Yeah, I'd love to see Prince Sidon. I think he's great.
Ah, yeah. No, he's great.
He was wonderful in Smash.
Yeah, there is a spoilery character that I could see from Age of Calamity being added into Smash. So I won't say what it is, just in case anyone is still playing Age of Calamity.
I haven't started it yet. I need to do that. So.
But you intend to?
Yeah. I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's technically my husband's copy, and I think he wanted to play through it, but for whatever reason, we both kind of dropped the ball on that one. So we'll see.
Yeah, I haven't quite finished it. There's like a couple of challenges that I still haven't done, but hang on, I gotta close this. It was Photoshop becoming unresponsive time. Do I have to close this one too before you'll?
Just about time. Just about time for Photoshop to.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, apparently I'm a little quiet, according to April. Hi, April. Hi, Ness. Hope you're both doing good.
Oh, I don't think anyone had pointed that out before. Maybe you had and I just wasn't seeing it because I can hear you just fine. Let's see if I can turn you up. Say something so that I can see how high the
Hello.
audio is
this high
registering.
enough?
Okay, let's put it a
Is this
little
good?
bit higher.
Test.
Test. We have to adjust this like every time.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, I don't think it's on you. Well, like maybe it's probably just like the difference between your microphone and Ness's microphone kind of thing, and because I only have one place to adjust the volume, so
Yeah.
if I have to adjust it differently, then I have to adjust it differently for each of you.
Right.
And I see that Ness is here,
Yes.
but not here.
They're
So,
with us
hi,
in
Ness.
spirit.
Yes, well, and in chat.
are there any characters you would really like to see in Smash?
I don't usually like think about that stuff, so I don't have a ready answer for you. But obviously, I'm thinking of like Pokémon.
It's so funny because, like, of course, like everyone wants different things in Smash, but Pokemon is one of the ones that's brought up quite often where people say, "I hope they don't add another Pokemon," because I think people all want their obscure third-party franchises to get in, and they feel like Pokemon has enough representation. But like at the end of the day, it's a Nintendo game, you know?
Well, that, and then it's a Nintendo game with like 1,000 characters.
Yeah. I could see another Pokemon getting added.
Yeah.
You would be one of the few people psyched about it, but you know, whatever. I'm rooting for you.
I think something like Decidueye would be cool.
So Decidueye was considered for Incineroar's slot, but they went with Incineroar instead because they felt Decidueye had already gotten the spotlight in Pokken Fighters.
Pokken Tournament, yeah. Which is a game I only tried to the demo of, and
even in the fighting
the demo
game
that wasn't
community,
very good, but I didn't really like it.
It's not well liked even in the fighting game community. It's very complicated with the two different fighting modes in it. I tried it for a bit too, and it was not my jam.
Yeah, but I like Decidueye a lot, and an archer fighter would be cool. An archer Pokemon would be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how many archer fighters are already in there besides like Link.
Link's got his bow, right?
Yeah.
Does Byleth use a bow? Someone in chat let me know that knows Byleth better than I do.
Yeah. I guess Link would be like the closest thing I have to a main. I just like using Link a lot, but I've never done the like go online and watch pro players do their thing and try to work out what they're doing and why they're doing it and all that.
Yeah,
So.
It gets tricky, and obviously combos are hard to get down because how far a player flies is very reliant on their current percentage, their damage percentage. So.
Yeah. So.
Thank you, April. Though there's actually a good amount of archers. She mentioned that the pits, light pit, dark pit,
Yeah.
avocado pit.
Okay, the eyes are not quite right, but other than that, I'm liking it.
Yeah, no, I like what's going on here.
I think it's mostly the eye on our right that isn't, the perspective on it isn't quite right.
I think
Do I have to close this again? Come on, Photoshop.
I might go more subtle on the head arches, just because I feel like we have by adding the head and adding the earpieces, we have strayed a little bit from Hitmonlee, and I feel like it may read a little better that way. But I like what's going on here. I just don't know how Hitmonlee it is. Of course, the leg is there, so it's pretty Hitmonlee.
Yeah. I put this line there just to be like a reference of where the middle of the face is, but now it looks like Shedinja. Which, I'm not gonna complain about that.
Ness and April are commenting on how it looks like Yuka from Ukulele with the current head crests, which I can see it for sure.
I only know what that looks like from you posting about your statues and stuff. So it's not the kind of thing that I would think of, but I can see it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, by following me on Twitter, you have unfortunately just opened yourself up to a slew of rare posting on a daily basis.
That's fine with me. So what should we do instead for a head crest? Like, I think it needs to have something. Like, it doesn't need to be this, but the crest in the middle, like a mohawk, that's Tyrogue's thing. The crest on the front, like a crown, that's Hitmonchan's thing. And the crown on the sides pointing downward is Hitmontop's thing. So, what is a Hitmonlee's thing?
I like what you have. I think I would just flatten them a bit and make them a little less prominent.
So like pointing backwards more than up. And,
I think so.
And smaller. Okay.
Ethan wants to know how your cats are. How are your cats?
My cats are doing well. Are either of them close enough to be in shot? No. They are not around. But they're fine. They are doing well.
Oh, and maybe don't even listen to me on this suggestion, because everyone on chat says this is perfect. So, what do I know?
Well, let's try it. I'm not deleting it, but we'll try it, and maybe it's perfect. But then when you see the altered version, it's more perfect.
It'll be more perfect. Yeah. You're always very open to my suggestions. It's sweet. I guess that's what I'm here for, but...
Yes, that is what you're here for.
You make me feel like I'm good at this or something.
Well, I feel like you are.
High praise. Oh my god, we're making him look more like Yuka. What have I done?
Yeah.
What have I done?
I was thinking that it started to look more recognizable rather than less.
No, I like what you had. I'm wrong. You had it right.
Okay, but let's see it properly. Wait. There, those are the layers I need to toggle. Okay.
It was better the other way.
I keep clicking the wrong
It is
ones.
definitely better the other way.
Okay.
I guess you just gotta do that sometimes, though. You just gotta draw it and be like, "Is this
For
better?"
sure.
Nope. No, it is not.
I think I actually want to try it still a little bit differently. I think I'm going to make the top spike a little bit shorter and a little bit wider. But other than that, I think I'll keep it.
Now I'm gonna look at old Hitmonlee without its head and be very confused.
Why doesn't Hitmonlee have a head?
Oops, I forgot to like stream. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. There we go.
Thank you, Charon. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
I might make the bulge on the side of the face. Actually, I might remove it entirely. The one on the right, on our.
Yeah,
right.
that makes sense to me.
It's
Because
too
the way
bulgy.
where you put the eye, I don't think it would be visible.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Cool.
The only some minor adjustment I think I want to make here is to slightly push the curve of the springs up a little bit, like it, because it doesn't quite look like a smooth curve. But unfortunately, when I do liquefy, I don't think you guys can see me do it. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, well. I think you guys get to just watch absolutely nothing happen, which is a little bit sucky, but you'll get to see the end result.
We'll just have to make the dialogue really exciting to compensate.
Okay, how do we do that?
That's a good question.
Good start. Yeah, I'm watching the stream video, and you definitely don't get to see. And I'm actually gonna cancel out of this because I'm gonna. I'm trying to push the lines of the like straighter part of the spring to push them up, but then I'm also, because everything's on the same layer, I'm also pushing the arm up, so I have to definitely put the spring on its own layer before editing that. Yeah.
I think one of the strange things about the spring right now is you did a really good job with the foot, making it feel like it's coming toward you, but the spring is almost the biggest in the midsection, which I feel like it should kind of be like
that's part of what I'm trying to fix.
Okay.
Yeah, the curve isn't quite right for the position or for the perspective. But it should be simple enough to fix. It's just I need to try to fix it without also nudging the arm. Okay, that's the layer I want to do. Okay, now it's time for the really good dialogue. So what do you got? What do you want to talk about, Julie?
That's... oof. Who's to say? What's your favorite Rare game?
Can you tell me which games are from Rare?
Oh boy. It's gonna be a long... Ever played Donkey Kong Country?
I have not.
Ever played Diddy Kong Racing?
I have not.
How about Banjo-Kazooie?
No, I don't think so. Like that one I might have played as a kid, like on a friend's console or something, or I might have just watched them. I don't know.
Played any GoldenEye? Played any Conquer? Played any Jet Force Gemini?
Sorry, was that GoldenEye as in 007?
None of those
Yeah.
are Pokemon games.
But I actually have played GoldenEye.
There you go! You got one! Yay!
Yeah, GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64. That's the one that I've played.
There you go.
It is the
GoldenEye was actually like the third best-selling game on the N64, surprisingly.
The only reason I played it is because my mom bought my Nintendo 64 secondhand off of one of her students, and they included the GoldenEye in.
I like how you just had it on hand.
Well, yeah, it's because I have my Nintendo 64 right here. Like the whole rest of the Nintendo 64 is here too. It's just the GoldenEye. I haven't played it in years. I just still have it. I think this looks better for the spring. Should be coming through for you stream viewers pretty soon. Might need to adjust the end of it a little bit still, but it's better.
GoldenEye is very fondly remembered, and I think it was very cool of Rare. They could have released it to coincide with the film, but they really pushed it back because they cared more about making a quality product than making a just movie tie-in that was coming out around the same time. And thankfully, the studio let them do that, and I think because of that, it was way more popular. It's one of the few movie tie-in games that's really solid. Unfortunately, I can't say I particularly enjoyed it. But I don't think it's because the game was bad or anything. I don't think it's because the game was bad or anything. I was bad at the game. And I'm not good at it either, but I respect that it really, like, it kind of defined the that and Doom, I think, are the biggest definers of the first-person shooter genre in that age.
Yeah, that's probably true, but like, I never got even close to completing the game. I just kind of gave up on it eventually.
I mean, I watched my brother play it. Does that count for anything?
It's up to you, I guess. Yeah, no, I had a friend that played it way more than I did, and like got a lot farther than I did on my game, on my system.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm happy with the spring now. There's still like, it still needs to be like smoothed out a little bit, but just like the curves themselves. But I'll just do that when I'm doing the final lines. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so I guess I will just make sure the spring is connected here.
DK song game. Donkey Konga or Donkey Kong Jungle Beat? Both are played with those horrifically wonderful GameCube bongos, and
I remember wanting that. Like,
they're a blast.
Donkey Kong was a lot of fun. Also, hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Ness.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm all right. I got a friend here. Do you want to say hi, Elaine?
Hi, I'm Elaine, if you can see me.
No, this isn't, we're not on video.
Audio.
I don't even have a webcam.
Hi, Lane.
To be clear, Ness, who just joined us on voice chat, is, for those who don't know, the other collaborator on this project. Ness actually started this project with me back in 2016. Can you believe it's been 5 years and we've only gotten two-thirds through?
This is, I mean, honestly, given the amount of like work we've done on this and how long a lot of other projects take, it's fine.
Very well.
Sure, it's been 5 years, but you guys are still sticking with it, so like props.
Yeah, I mean, we did have, I think, a couple of times where we went like 8 months without doing anything, and that's definitely part of the reason we're only two-thirds through.
Yeah,
It
we definitely
happens.
spent a while.
It
And then like the sprite part got put on indefinite hold, which I really want to get back to doing it at some point. It's just a matter of like when I really feel in it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in you.
Yeah, someday I'll do the sprite part. I think like especially once the project is done and we have all the designs and I can look at them all and be like, okay, this is what I need to get finished. Here's everything I need to do.
Fair. And you can also just prioritize which ones you actually feel like working on.
Oh, that too,
And not-
definitely.
and not,
Instead of
like,
doing them in dex order.
Yeah. It is a
Because
little
there's
bit...
ones that I'm like really excited to get to do. Like some of your designs I really like, some of my designs I really like,
Mhm.
some of Julie's designs I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that big old punch. That big arm.
Well, yeah, this is ARMS. I mean, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is difficult to kind of keep the motivation up when you're not really interested in the next set of designs.
Yeah, like, I don't mind your, like, I think your Sand Slash is pretty cute, but I'm not super into your Sandshrew. No offense. I mean, it's a fine design. It's functional. It's just not one that I'm, like, looking at and it's like, oh, I want to sprite this.
Is that the next one that you're...
Yes,
that's
I
on your
did
list?
Pikachu and Raichu, and the next one that I have to do are Sandshrew and Sandslash.
Okay. Yeah.
So I figure what I'll do is, like, yeah, once we have the entire decks done, I can just, finish up, like, the ones I really like, and then go on from there and be like, okay, well, I finished this evolution, so I have to finish the set, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there have been some designs that I've done that I was just not super excited to do them. It's just like, I guess I'll do them. I'll just, like, I don't really have a good idea, but I guess I'll do it. And then there's others where I really want to do them.
Yeah, no, that's really cool looking. Sorry, Elaine is showing me magic cards.
Oh.
I apologize.
It's fine, Elaine.
Yeah. Yeah, but like there's others that I really want to do, but I have to wait. Like, we're not there yet.
Yeah, oh, same. There's ones that I'm so hyped to do. Like, I've already designed Seeking.
I try not to let myself get too far ahead on designing them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, like, get those ideas out of my head and then lose the motivation to keep working until I get to them.
No, for me, it's like I want to have if I come up with a good design, I want to draw it so I don't forget it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had, like, this idea for Seeking, I, like, sketched it out. Same with Jinx. I already did, like, a quick sketch of what I was thinking of doing for Jinx.
Okay.
And then, you know, once we get to that Pokemon, I can take a look at that sketch and be like, what do I want to change about this sketch? Do I want to completely scrap it, or do I want to, like, tweak it and then just roll with it and then hand it off to Shed?
Yeah. I just let the idea sit in my head and wait for the right time to start working on it.
Oh yeah, I've lost too many ideas in the mess that is my brain to do that.
Fair. I didn't expect Hitmonchan's foot claws to be the part that's difficult for me to figure out.
Mythos of Brokos? No, Brokos, whatever. It looks like a cave painting. That's sick.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I just saw some good magic art. I'm just like, Elaine's just scrolling down, like, EDH Rec, and I'm looking at the art on there while you're doing the sketch.
Yeah, I've played Magic, but just like, I have a couple friends that really like it, and they wanted to show me how. And so, like, I played it, like, kiddie version, basically. Like, open hands, so they could show me how it works and all that, so.
Love the new Time Spiral art so much.
Which one?
The new Time Spiral
art.
Oh,
you mean, like, the card design? It's the
Yeah.
same art.
Yeah, but the border is just...
It's the same as the old Time Spiral border. That said, I do quite like the choices of cards. Like, Sanguine Bond is a good one. Not that I would use it, because my life gain deck is mono white.
Okay, that looks...
See, now if you're talking Black Ramp, Liliana, the Dark Realms...
I just realized I was muted for like 10 minutes. I just coughed and...
Were you trying to say something and we just weren't responding to you?
She disappeared.
You know, the classic, like, why is no one commenting on what I'm saying?
Was 10 bucks, now she's 20.
Oh, dang, she's $20.
Yeah, well, here.
Oh, snap! Yeah, wish I had kept mine. She was 8 when I traded
I
her
don't
away.
know what the... No idea.
So
My take on Magic is that I enjoy Magic and I respect Magic, but I have put so much money into cards at this point that I just need to, like, sell out.
No idea.
Julie,
Put it into something else.
you just play Pauper. Just play Pauper.
I get you, but
I mean,
even
I
like
colors.
there's enough people that play in my house that like I'll still be able to have a deck. I just like
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, but don't you want a frog deck?
I'll probably keep my frog deck. There's not a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
in
definitely.
that.
You should definitely keep your frog deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep one and I'll sell all the rest. Also, I have like the My Little Pony promo ones.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth keeping.
There's My Little
Yeah.
Pony
Have
magic
you ever
cards?
played against Mark's MLP commander deck?
I have not.
He uses it's Twilight, and he uses the silver bordered card with the blank name where you can change its name.
Yeah.
He uses that, and he makes clones of it and changes their names all to the other ponies, so he can have the main 6 and every pony wins the game. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
He actually beat me with it.
For context, Shed, as a charity, kind of ordeal, Hasbro did print My Little Pony magic cards. They've awesome art. They're technically not legal in gameplay, but like they are official Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, you can play with them if everyone agrees that it's okay to play with like the silver bordered cards.
Right, so you
which,
wouldn't use it
if
in
you're
like
playing Commander for fun with friends, there's no reason not to.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't like take it to a competition or something, but
No. This is my CEDH Twilight deck.
Yeah, it's cool that they made that though, and they're quite expensive now. Just because during COVID times, just collecting everything has really spiked in price. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't bought Pokemon cards since I did a video about Pokemon cards.
I sold. I actually sold them for below cost because I just wanted to sell them in bulk and I wanted to get them out of there. And I probably should have charged a little more, but I had good conditions of just the original 150 cards, and I sold them a few months ago for $1,400.
Jesus.
Because that's just what Pokemon cards are like right now.
Yeah, I don't have any of the ones from like back in that original time period anymore. So I don't think anyone would want mine.
Yeah, I still have some like base set cards and everything. I have no intention of selling them, but like, it's just ever since I did a video, I did one about like how much waste buying Pokemon cards generates, like all the plastic wrapping and cardboard wrapping and all that kind of stuff. And like I love the art, but that's really the only thing that I buy Pokemon cards for. So even on the card itself, that's like almost half of the real estate on the card is also just waste cardboard, right?
Right.
Well, for you.
But, yeah.
Yeah, for me, of course.
Yeah, as someone who used to play Pokemon cards competitively, I'm mildly insulted, but
yeah, no, just
yeah, I did, Elaine.
and
My
so
mom
I
did
just can't bring myself to buy cards again.
Yeah, I mean that's understanding.
You can always, I think the way to collect too is if you really want a certain card that you really like the art on, just like buy the single of it, because like buying packs, you're so rarely gonna get what you want.
That's a nice thing about Magic is if you like the art on cards, then a lot of times you can find the original artist selling prints or playmats or something. If I could get a playmat of 9 lives, that's like one of my favorite like card arts now. It's a thematic card that like I would not play in a deck, but it's a cat, and like in the center it's like a cute cat, and then behind the cat there's like spirit versions of 9 different legendary cats from Magic's history, and it's so good looking.
Cool.
Yeah. And just as I kind of want to put it in my cat commander deck just because like cat deck, but I don't know. It's not a great card.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite true, April. Your playmat?
Yeah, if I wanted to, like, a map made for myself, what commander would I want my map to be?
I've shown you what playmat I want if I want to get a custom one. It's Scorthidian from A House of Many Doors. It's art from like a totally different game.
Yeah.
He's a giant mountain of congealed blood with a single eye, and like the splash art for him is insanely cool looking.
Maybe Yawgmoth? I like Yawgmoth so much. He's my favorite black commander.
He's just the CEDH boy. That's whenever I see him, that's all I can think of. It's like, oh
He
yeah,
is the CDH boy.
oh yeah, it's the competitive commander who I hate.
He's very competitive.
He's obnoxious. Now that's a good boy. Arabo, that's a nice boy.
He's decent.
I don't play him as my commander because I want red, but he's a kitty boy. Maronar.
Yeah.
That's a good boy.
I've almost thought about trying to steal Azume's version a couple of times and making it my own. And just making it Cranko.
Don't do that.
Because I know how to turn it into Cranko.
So much Dragonite hate in the chat. I don't... He's good for what he is.
I don't know if I agree with that. Good for what he is. Good for what it is.
Do we not like Dragonite here? I like Dragonite.
Right?
I like Dragonite. He's like, if you take him apart from Dratini and Dragonair, he's fine. Like he's like Puff the Magic Dragon. He's like Barney. He's just like a doofy looking dragon. He exists to be that. I think if he wasn't connected to Dratini and Dragonair, people would not hate him as much because people fucking love Dratini. They're like, oh my god, Dratini's so amazing, Dragonair's so amazing. It's like they're great, but like, Dragonite is a good friend-shaped friend.
That's fair, and yes, definitely. Dragonite's big flaw or biggest flaw is that it doesn't fit with the two Pokemon that come before it.
Yeah, I agree. He's not. I prefer Dratini. I actually prefer Dratini over Dragonair, because I like the shape of its ears more. And it's cute. Like that's one of the Pokemon where I like pre-evolutions more.
But the other thing is that it doesn't really look convincing as a pseudo legendary. As one of the powerhouses of Pokemon, but that's less
the
important
thing is,
to me.
back when Dragonite came out, it did not have that expectation surrounding it.
True.
So it has there is some like defense you can make there. What's affordable? Oh, Omnath Savannah. He's $6.
It's affordable. It's affordable.
Dude, you know what? That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
When I finally make what's Sasaya or whatever his name is, the guy who squares all your forests, put Omnath in that, and it's just like, yeah, I have 100 mana. I always forget her name. Fantas. That's a spider chick.
Yeah.
I want to make him Pramicon.
Yeah, it's solid.
It'd just be so silly. So there's a magic card. He's a legendary wall. And when you play him, you choose left or right, and each player can only attack the opponent in the closest opponent in the chosen direction.
There's a way to flicker it, where if it's on your turn, you can flicker it twice, and nobody can attack.
Okay, I'm doing that in that deck. Still, I just like how goofy it is. It's like
blue, red, green. No, it's blue, red, white.
Yeah.
All the colors in the world that you can just
flicker
copy.
with. Yeah, copy,
stuff,
flicker. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we're getting slightly off topic. Elaine, this is a Pokemon chat. I don't think anybody knows what you're talking about.
I certainly don't.
Yeah, I've seen it done once or twice where people use that as a.
I like his art too. I like that he's just a giant aurora.
Yeah.
is very neat. Anyways.
What do you think of the way that I did the springs on the arm that's collected?
I like
I'm into it.
Yeah.
So it's a little loose, but it still shows that it's a spring. It doesn't
Sorry,
take-
Charon. I have a friend over, who is looking at magic cards and commenting on them.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm loud.
It's okay. Yeah, my mic is right over here, so.
Like the arm just, it didn't keep the shape of an arm, but I think that works okay.
Yeah, it's a spring. It doesn't need to be the shape of an arm.
Yeah, it still reads. Still reads as an arm.
Okay. And it's just because, like, for...
What's the problem with Igglybuff? There's absolutely nothing wrong with Igglybuff.
Is there Igglybuff hate in the chat?
Yeah! There's like 2 people who say, like, one person says they hate Igglybuff with its red dead eyes.
Oh.
And then this other person says Igglybuff's out of place on its line. There's nothing wrong with Igglybuff. Igglybuff's fine.
I think
I have probably a more negative response to most baby Pokemon than I should, because just when I competitive breed, I'm like, why is this here? I don't want
Oh
that.
yeah, I don't like them when I competitively breed.
But they're cute.
Stupid.
Yeah, for me, the main problem with Igglybuff is simply that it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, baby Pokemon only exist just to be like, look, we can breed things now.
No, but, like, Igglybuff is pretty much just like Jigglypuff but different. Whereas something like Pichu and Riolu, and Togepi,
I don't
like
consider
they have,
Riolu a baby. I just consider Riolu like pre-evolved Lucario.
Sure, but it is a baby. But my point is that
But I only consider baby Pokemon that come out pre-evolutions that come out after the original.
Okay.
I hear you, but it's non-breedable. It is.
That
like,
doesn't make it a
baby.
baby. That just makes it not breedable.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, of course, like that applies to like Nidorina and Nidoqueen.
Yeah,
but,
Nidorina
like...
and Nidorina is not a baby.
Well,
you know, like
no, but the Nidoran can breed, even though Nidorina can't. But anyway. Even if you're ignoring the ones that come out in the same generation as the other ones, most baby Pokemon. Okay, let's look at the Generation 2 ones because that's consistent. So, Pichu, Elekid, Magby, like all of those, they have something to them that is more unique than Igglybuff. Or Cleffa, for example. Like, I feel like Igglybuff and Cleffa, their problem is that they don't really bring anything to the table.
Baby Pokemon, Charon. I just don't believe that a baby Pokemon can come out in the same gen. Like, then there's the problem with that is that then we don't have a defining word for new pre-evolution.
Well, we don't. The word, yeah.
Then that's a problem because we don't have a word for that.
Well, okay, but it's not bait. But the word
Toxel is an
isn't
abomination
baby.
that should not exist. I hate Toxel. I love Toxtricity. Toxel's disgusting.
But like, what's cool about Toxel is like
it's wearing a diaper. Get your fucking fetishes out of my Pokemon.
I don't think real life human babies are a fetish. They've got to poop. He's a baby. He's got to poop.
They did not need to put a diaper on him.
Very passionate, but it is true that we don't have a word for a pre-evolution that comes out in a later generation. We also don't have a word for an evolution that comes out in a later generation, for that matter.
That's a good point. But
baby Pokemon specifically does refer to Pokemon that were the first evolution can't breed, and the later evolution
like,
can.
Is this, like, official?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Like, you can go to, like, the Bulbapedia page for baby Pokemon. And it's like,
well, Bulbapedia is not official.
Yeah, Bulbapedia is not official. That's definitely true.
Okay, hold on. Let me... Because I know what you're talking about now. Baby Pokemon... Can I, like, find an actual documentation of it.
Chingling is definitely one of the cooler baby Pokemon.
What would I even search to
And
find
it's
that?
adorable.
Baby Pokemon article?
It's an official guide. Prove it! Okay, so and then even if it's in official guides, let me tell you, is it by Prima guides? Because they done some shit. Let me tell you about Tush Crusher.
Oh, Tush Crusher.
So
I remember.
I had this
go
Digimon
ahead,
World
sorry.
2 guide when I was a kid. And one of the it listed like all the moves that the Digimon in the arena part of the game knew. And one of them was like Mammothmon. It was supposed to say Tusk Crusher, but they typoed it as Tush Crusher.
Pretty good.
Okay, but that's not an error. That's a typo.
I know, but it's a pretty big typo.
But it would, like, I think there have been actual errors, like where a guide actually.
Yeah, there have been actual.
Charon was using a guide to kind of keep track of what I needed to do when I was playing Ranger for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an official guide in German, and
Okay.
like there were things in there that were wrong.
Pokemon guides are kind of notorious for that too, because a lot of times there's just so much information in them that they can't parse it, and like it would take so long to go through and fact check everything. My favorite one is I had a guide. I will have to pull this out now and find it and take a picture of it because it's so funny. That talks about how to get Feebas in Sinnoh. And I'm sure you guys know, but Feebas in Sinnoh is notoriously annoying because it's in this pond where there's 4 different tiles every day that have a 50% chance to contain Feebas. And they swap every day, and you just have to go through and find one of those tiles to catch it. And this specific part of the guide told you that you as a player should be fishing 2 times in every tile to make sure that you don't miss the tile with Feebas in it. But statistically, once you've fished in a tile once, there is a good chance that Feebas is not in that tile. So you will find him quicker by fishing in each tile once than doubling up and probably just going through tiles again that don't have them. But it insisted that the fastest way to find him was like, make sure you fish in each one twice. And it's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
You are wasting time.
No, the easiest way to find Feebas is wait for somebody else to do all the hard work.
And then wait for them to breed it for you.
Yeah,
But
that's what I always did.
They were like so hung up on the fact that you could miss the tile that they weren't factoring in the probability that once you have fished in a tile, you have already significantly lowered the chance that Feebas is in that tile. So even if that is the tile that Feebas is in, you are still more likely to find it by fishing in a fresh tile. Like,
Right.
Because there are multiple tiles.
Right. It was just wacky. It was totally wacky to me that it was like, this is an official guide. And like, kids aren't gonna know. They're gonna read that and be like, oh yeah, fishing each tile twice. It's just wasting time.
I mean, I feel like you also like wouldn't really know unless you're taking like a probability and stats class.
Well, I mean, if you are on the right tile, what are the chances that that Phoebus shows up?
50-50.
Okay, yeah, so it's the same as
that
in,
makes
it's the same as
sense,
in
but
Hoenn.
you would have to like factor in like
Yeah.
that
Right.
as well as like how long it would take, and you know.
So whoever wrote this guide was like, oh, the way probability work, fish once, don't find, fish twice, the other 50% chance, you'll always know if it's there. And it's like, no.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that is not how that works, but you would like I'd be curious for someone to do the math on that actually, like just show the math out of complete curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the obviously not the final like lines or anything, but the final drawing for both of them done.
Nice.
So that means that it's time for us to color them.
Yay.
Just to figure out what colors. Oh, is this not the layer I want to be doing this in? No, it's not. Okay. just figure out what colors we want them to have, which is always fun. So let's start with Hitmonchan, since it's already here. I think Hitmonchan, it can more or less keep the colors that it has.
Pretty solid colors, I think.
Yeah. Do you guys have any preference between the, like, modern art?
I like the brighter one, but I tend to always like the brighter ones.
Yeah, no, I think I do too.
And then if we make Hitmonlee darker, like, you know, he is in the original, then it'll also stand out more. There'll be, like, another difference. Like, if they're both, like, a brown, but Chan is a darker brown and Lee is, like, or Chan is a lighter brown and Lee is a darker brown.
Oh my goodness, I know we're talking about colors now, but I just googled the Phoebos thing, and apparently it's such a common misconception that Cerebi even recommends in one of their guides that you fish in each tile up to 5 times so you don't skip over it, which is just, ooh, you're wasting so much time.
I mean, I guess it depends on how much time you want to waste.
I assume you want to try to get it as fast as possible.
Yeah, but like if you are really paranoid about like potentially skipping over it, and you've got like the whole day to fish.
But I think the
it's
thing
still
is
not
that
the
chances
optimal way to
are,
hunt it.
the thing is that if you go once for each one, chances are, if it's 50-50 and it's 4 tiles, chances are if you miss it on one of them, you're gonna get it on one of the other ones. That's like,
I still want to see the math on this, just out of curiosity.
Okay, well, it's basically the same as flipping a coin 4 times.
Yeah, that's. But like, no, never mind. What I'm saying is like I want to see like the equation of probability for this. Yeah, I want like a math YouTuber to tackle this.
Well, it doesn't need to be a math YouTuber. I can do it right now if you want me to.
No, you're not.
I could try to get into it at some point if you wanted, but once you've fished in a tile once, you've exhausted such a high chance of it.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm not saying it's not like.
Yeah, the thing is, if you do like every tile once, there's a very, very, very good chance that you will have found it. If by the end of doing it once you haven't found it, then you go and do it in a second time.
Yeah, which sucks.
Right, but you're still making it the fastest way to find it.
Yeah, it's much faster to do it once and then do it a second time if you have to, than to do it twice from the start.
Yeah, I get that aspect of it.
Or according to Cerebi, 5 times because you don't want to miss the tile.
Yeah, 5 times is a bit much. Like, that's way too many. I mean, at least you won't have to go through it a second time if that would not be necessary, but you probably would have spent more time doing it overall in that case.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll make the midsection belt black.
Yeah, it's gotta be a black belt.
Instead of bandage colored, as was the original plan.
Make him a black belt. He deserves it.
Ness, I did find someone who did the math. I will link you to.
Oh, cool! Thank
Facebook.
You. Thank you. I was just very curious.
Yeah. We're still on baby Pokemon in chat. Sorry, guys. I went on a big Phoebos tangent. Whoopsie!
What is the discussion? Whether we like baby Pokemon?
I have no idea. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. I'm playing Minecraft. I'm playing Minecraft and watching the art.
We're talking about Azurill. What are we talking about for Azurill? People don't like?
Why is it a normal type?
I mean, that's a good question.
It's a, like, really good question.
Why is the sky blue? Why is water wet?
All of those have explanations.
Yeah, unlike, you know, why is
Azurill
Azurill
normal type?
If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
If a tree falls in the woods, is it a normal type?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck was a normal type?
Beaveril?
Okay, I'm thinking that this particular color is actually making it look too, like, it's too much a natural skin tone.
Yeah, it is.
So I think we need to adjust it somehow.
Definitely. That is a good point. He just looks like a tan guy.
I don't deeply mind it, but I'm open to suggestions.
Maybe make it a bit more orange.
Yeah, maybe. Because I was getting it from the art from Red and Green, which is a little bit more toned down.
Yeah.
I can take it from Red and Blue. It's actually probably a better idea to get all of it from Red and Blue. But I need to steal Hitmonlee's... Hitmonlee's bandage color for the springs.
Give a man an Azurill and he'll be fed for a day, but teach a man that Azurill's a normal type and he'll be confused for the rest of his life.
I mean, accurate.
Yeah, very, very accurate.
As a man who has been confused about Azurill being a normal type for more than half his life, can confirm.
Yeah, like, whose decision was that? I just want to go to, like...
I just want to talk.
Yeah, I just want to talk. I just want to go up to you and be like, Nani? Because I want to express my confusion in your native language.
What are other really confusing types for Pokemon, in your guys' opinion?
I don't know if there are any that are quite that much. Like, there's others that
Yeah,
people
like,
talk
Azurill's
about.
the worst.
Yeah, there's others that people talk about, like...
Oh, I thought Blacephalon was pretty wacky to me, because I know when it first got revealed, we didn't know a type, and I looked at it, and I'm like, that's probably a normal fairy. And it was a fire ghost, and I was like, sure.
Yeah, but it's an Ultra Beast, so you can't really be, like...
Yeah, their whole thing is they're kind
for
of
one,
beyond.
it's an Ultra Beast, and also, Fire Ghost makes perfect sense for something that literally explodes its head. Like...
Yeah, that does make sense.
It dies
with
with an explosion, so...
I think when you get into its moves, it makes a lot more sense, but I was going entirely based on looks. We didn't know about Mind Blown yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's lots of Pokemon, like, I guess Luxray is like one that people always say, oh, why isn't it a dark type?
Because it's not a dirty fighter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a lot
it's
that people
of the way
complain
dark type
about.
is.
Yeah, it's just, like, not thematically a dark type.
Yeah, there's a lot that people complain about being, oh, why isn't it this type? And it, like, there is an explanation. Azurill is the one that I don't know if there's...
It'd be neat if there was, like, a regional variant Luxray that was a dark type, because it was, like, a nasty bitch, but I don't see any reason for, like, regular Luxray to be a dark type.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it could be, like, a feral cat, you know? Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
I was always a little bummed that Florges wasn't grass type, but I know there's a lot of grass fairies now, so yeah.
Are there a lot of grass fairies?
Am I crazy? I know Whimsicott is one.
Yeah.
There's Whimsicott and there's
like the
Shiinotic.
femdom stomp lady. I'm sorry, that's what she is.
Oh, you're thinking of Tsarina, but that's not fairy type, that's pure grass.
Oh,
And,
really?
Yeah, and Comfey is also pure fairy. Like, there's a lot of...
yeah, I mean,
There's a lot of Pokemon that
Comfey's
should be,
weird.
I guess.
Comfey's weird because it's like, it makes sense, in a way it makes sense that it's only fairy, but it doesn't look like it. Like,
Yeah,
it's just handing you the lay, right? You know, it's like...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon that
Should
look
be.
like they are grass fairies, but they are not grass and fairy type.
Yeah.
Oh, Morlul is in Shiinotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that one.
Morlul and Shiinotic makes sense, though.
Yeah.
They're like fairy
That's fine.
rings.
But I
But,
guess there should be more. There should be more of those suckers.
oh yeah.
Okay, so how's that for the color?
Oh, I like it.
Do we need to put
It's-
color anywhere
It still
else?
looks a bit like... I like
Oh,
the
yeah, I
red,
didn't
and I like
edit
the
the-
bandage color, but he still looks a bit human-y.
Yeah, I didn't edit the skin tone actually, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
that explains it.
That explains that. But I do like the red, the purple, the black, and the bandage color. Like, those all look fine.
Yeah. Maybe that's better. Maybe we can put the purple from the skirt somewhere else as well, just to, like, have another instance of it. Because we have the red on the hands and on the feet. We have
Yeah.
we have the bandages on the arms and on the legs. We have the black that's on the band and on the shorts. So maybe something on the
I think
head?
it's... Maybe. I was thinking like a marking on its head, but as it is, I think it looks alright.
Purple head pads. Oh, the side of the head could be purple. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you, Courtney. Oh,
Courtney
well.
knows what's up.
And I'll try to get through Hitmonlee quickly so that we can start looking at Lickitung.
Wonderful. I have to pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
That's okay. We don't need you right away.
Okay.
I've never heard this music in Minecraft before. It's super creepy.
Cats.
I know this will surprise no one, but I have never played Minecraft, so
You have never played any games that aren't Pokemon.
that's not true.
You played GoldenEye.
I know. I'm just fucking.
Are you listening to Cats? There's a record called Cats.
No, that record's cute. I'm not listening to any records. It's just, maybe it's just because I don't usually play creative mode. Maybe this is like creative mode music. I'm like out in the middle of the desert building like a little ravine base. So, I don't know, some spooky music going on. I'm just I'm replacing like a bunch of pieces with bricks and it just kind of spooky music going on.
So you think for this one we should have the modern brown on the body?
Yeah, that would help kind of change it up.
People are asking about the Hitmonchan shoulder pads that I didn't include.
Okay, I'm back.
I didn't realize that people thought they were that they were important.
I mean, it is something he has that does kind of stand out.
Mostly I removed it just because Hitmonlee won't have a parallel to it.
That makes sense.
And Hitmonlee already doesn't have a parallel to the skirt. I mean, it has the shorts,
Yeah.
but it has more normal shorts rather than skorts.
Scorps.
Well, that's what Julie called it, so I'm assuming that that's the real word.
That's a real
a
word.
skort is a thing.
I used to have one.
They're quite comfortable.
You used to have one?
I used to have one that I remember very distinctly
Hmm.
because it was It was red. It was really cute.
Yeah, I just don't see any reason to have the shoulder pads.
Yeah,
Is really
it makes enough sense.
yeah. Now we're suddenly so quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm concentrating. It's all good though.
I think I'm gonna give it blue shorts and blue feet.
To contrast the red.
Yeah, and also just to like give it a different color.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure what to do with the hands though, because like I feel like the hands would make sense to just be the same brown as the body, but like the feet are a different color, so maybe it makes sense to also make the hands a different color. So I'm not sure. Things going okay back there?
I'm doing some time traveling because I want to get the Halloween DIYs that I missed.
Sacrilegious, Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine. To each
Julie
their own.
always used to shit on me for time traveling.
I used to,
Gently shit on me.
I used to not do it because like I didn't want to rush the game because the game is designed to make you take your time with it. So I didn't
Which is one thing I don't like about it, but continue.
I didn't want to like dishonor that. But like time traveling does take effort. Is what I've kind of found. And so like I don't do it to really exploit that much. I've done time traveling for turnips exactly once. But I know a lot of people like really like lean into that, and it's just like no, like I have 3 million bells in my like account from not cheating. So like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
But like there are certain things for like certain looks that I want to get, and so that's why I'm time traveling right now because I missed those events. I wasn't playing at the time, so.
Yeah, what it really boils down to is if that's the way you're enjoying the game, then like by all means go for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So if people time travel for them stonks, like you do you, honey boo. construct a farm. Well, oh yeah, the reason why I sighed was because I'm trying to get pine cones, but I keep just getting acorns. I don't know if there's a good trick or something to getting pine cones, but...
They might be from the pine trees specifically.
That would make sense.
Well, I'm shaking the crap out of them. And
Ruh-roh.
I've just been stung by wasps.
Oh!
And just disappointed by tree branches.
Courtney says that the pine cone is only from the cedar trees, not the oak trees.
Okay.
Which is kind of like what we were saying, right?
Yeah, that's what I
think
thought.
so.
Yeah, but I've been shaking them, like, a lot. Because that's what I kind of figured as well. But yeah, I just keep getting only tree branches. I'm getting acorns from the other guys, which is fine.
That's frustrating.
Like, I need the pine cones. I have a little bonsai tree that needs to be brought to life. With DIY, that is.
Yeah.
For context there.
Yeah, it is kind of like Hitmontop's clothes now, which wasn't on purpose, but I'm into it.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
I guess my remaining question is just, I guess the hands are going to be brown.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it look like he was wearing gloves.
Yeah, he doesn't need gloves. He's the kick boy.
Yeah,
Punch boy.
agreed.
But then Hitmonchan doesn't need shoes either.
Wait, you don't want to step on anything sharp, right? That's my phone.
Well, I like the way this looks.
Yeah, no, I like him.
I'm for it.
And, I like the contrast of the muted brown with the bright blue and bright yellow here. On Hitmonchan, it's maybe all too bright. Maybe I need to take the orange skin down.
Yeah. Yeah, the orange is a bit bright. Who messaged me? Oh, Owen and Laura.
Hitmonlee does not have red eyes, but do their skin tones still look too natural?
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they look fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the bright purple on Hitmonchan definitely helped it look less natural.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I don't think that they look like people. Like, obviously they are humanoid, but I think they have enough different going for them that they don't really look like people in costumes.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm happy with how these turned out. And
Yeah.
I will, as usual, I will work on finishing them throughout the week. Which means that we can move on to Lickitung. So
Nice.
Let's.
I'm glad we're doing that now because I am gonna have to go around 6.
Okay.
But I'm glad I was able to stop in for a bit.
So, shall I bring up your the drawing that you sent me, Julie?
Sure, you can slap it right on there, and I guess I'll talk about it for a bit before I let you have at it.
Yeah. Tell us the choices you made.
I definitely made some choices. I don't think I made drastic choices, but
I think you made at least one drastic choice, but
I did. I know what you're talking about. So I got really excited when I heard that Lickitung was up for pick because Lickitung is one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, if not my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon.
oh,
But then I realized that maybe that I shouldn't have jumped at the bit to do that because there's not really a lot I want to change about it. So I thought it might be interesting if Lickitung, instead, to make it more tongue-focused, did not have arms and did all of its picking up and interacting with the world by grabbing things with a prehensile tongue. And one of the other things I really like about new Pokemon is kind of back in the day, you didn't have Pokemon that changed designs in battle a lot. Like, of course, Lickitung had to have its tongue out in all of its sprites and animations because, like, that's the only way you saw it. There was a lot of static imagery for that. So something I would like to do with Lickitung is that it kind of has this little tiny tongue peeking out a lot of the time, and when it uses an attack, a big long tongue comes out of its mouth then.
right. I like that you drew it holding a drink.
Yes, it's very cute.
Yeah, because like
It's
if
a
it's
baby.
holding the drink, how is it drinking? If it's holding the drink with its tongue, how is it drinking?
Well, it would have
It
to
just
put the
jumps
straw into its mouth.
open mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Maybe.
this llama is being hung in Minecraft.
Oh no.
Somebody
So
save it.
I did make it lean forward a little because I kind of figured that it would have to if it was picking up things with its tongue.
Mhm.
And I know making it armless is kind of a bold decision, but I feel like it makes it more tongue focused then. And then what's more tongue focused than Lickitung, you know?
Yeah, no, and I like it not having arms was jarring to me at first when I first saw this, but at the same time, like it wouldn't really use its arms for anything.
Yeah.
Even
I
if
think
it did
it's
have arms.
funnier. I think it's funnier if it just does everything with its gross tongue.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it's kind of
very-
quirky that way.
It is
So
very
I-
quirky and funny.
I just it didn't need them for the design,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
I know is kind of sad because I chopped the arms off of this boy, but in this universe he never had them.
Yeah. Like, if anything, I would give it like super vestigial arms that just like I don't think it needs it necessarily, but maybe would make it less jarring to see it without arms. Like I have Licky here, and so like if it had like Licky arms but smaller, so like super stubby arms.
Oh yeah, give it the little like T-Rex arms.
Open to it,
Yeah.
but I don't even know if it needs it. Like we can
No,
draw it
no.
on there and see if we like it, but
I don't think you thought this through.
Yeah, I just no, I don't think that it needs it necessarily.
Yeah,
I
it
just
doesn't
think that
need
if
them.
you like when you see Lickitung without any arms, it's very like, oh, it has no arms. Like that was really the first thing that I noticed about it. Whereas
Yeah.
if it had arms, even if they are like really tiny and non-functional arms, maybe then I would pay more attention to the tongue being the important part.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah, but it's something that we can
It's just something to try, I think.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it having no arms.
Mm-hmm. What is there a pose that you would like to see it drawn in? Like, I'm a big fan of the middle pose on the left there.
I could see that, yeah, and then of course it's kind of leaning forward still.
Mhm.
I just kind of want to make sure it's pushing forward a bit to really emphasize its tongue, but in or out, sure, whatever is fine.
What if we do something like the tongue, or something like the pose in the middle on the left, but instead of just having the tongue like going upwards, it's actually doing something with its tongue. Like, I don't know what it would be. Like, maybe it could be holding on to something, but the thing is that usually we don't see official art of Pokemon holding things unless the thing is a constant part of the design.
Yeah, it's tough to. I think the way that I designed it, it's tough to sell everything about its design in one image. So I've kind of made a challenge for you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you would do. You could do like a berry per se that was like.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Like something, maybe like a Pokeball.
Yeah.
A Pokeball.
Like it's got its own Pokeball.
I feel like I have scared a few number of people by making him armless. So we'll try little arms. We'll see how it looks. But I don't know.
I don't mind the armlessness.
No, me neither. For me, it's really just the fact that was the first thing that I noticed, and obviously I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
And
It
maybe
is like
if
the
there's
most-
arms, we can focus on something else.
Yeah.
It's like the most changed thing about his design.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't change probably as much as I should have, just because I love Lickitung. So.
He's very cute.
Oops.
Just trying to think of what would really work as like a single pose to show its versatility.
Yeah. I really was thinking of designs like Heliolisk when I was designing this one, where it has two modes really, where like Heliolisk has the neck frill up and the neck frill down, and like that's just stuff you didn't see back in the original 151.
Which makes sense for the new 151.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think with Heliolisk, we always, like, the official art is all with it open, isn't it? Oh no, it's
I don't
not
think
actually.
so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it kind of swaps between those things.
No, actually, most of the art that I see is with it closed, actually.
Or like Pyukamuku. Pyukamuku has that huge hand inside of it, but you can't really always put that in its art.
Oh, Didax says that it's pointed out that it still says make it arms. I guess we could make the tongue arms, but
Make it not arms.
but more importantly, let's edit what it says here for Lickitung's
Concept. Make it not arms.
Is there anything else in particular that you want to make sure that anyone who's jumping into the stream doesn't ask about right away?
I don't know. I feel like my concept art is mostly self-explanatory. I hope. I definitely always I don't want his tongue to be fully retractable. I want no matter what, he kind of has like a little bit of it out.
He's got a blip.
Yeah, it's too big. It's too big to be contained.
I like the new bean. It's a jelly bean.
It does look like it looks like a green jelly bean.
A green jelly bean.
Sorry, magic cards. Lickitung looks like a pink jelly bean.
So
with
like
no arms.
more tongue focused.
Look at that bean.
It's a jelly bean. It's
Yeah,
a pink jelly bean. A derpy jelly bean, but a jelly bean.
He is a derpy jelly bean.
Could we maybe make it, like, draw it as if it's using its tongue to jump?
Oh,
Ooh.
but my god, that'd be so cute.
Ooh.
Like,
Yes.
like
My
tongue,
vote.
tongue on the floor and its body kind of like moving backwards.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, let's try that. You didn't like reference Licky at all, did you?
I think the only place I would say that I almost even kind of referenced it is I did put the little swoop. I put a little swoop on the head, kind of reminiscent of the tail,
Back, yeah.
because like you felt like Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee being a little too humanoid. I kind of like get bald man from like the pink head on Lickitung a little
Bald
bit.
man.
So I wanted to make it a little cuter.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, people are curious what my text is saying. I don't know if you wanna blow that
Oh,
up.
because it's not big enough. Yeah. So
Yeah.
here,
Just a few little notes.
full screen.
One-
So we have on the top right, there is the tongue being used to hold a cold drink. It says uses tongue as hand. There is the tongue on the left that's like almost like a foot. Tongue still long but only comes out for attacks and grabbing. There is a little arrow that points to the tongue that says blep. The stripes on the chest are 3D stripes that look like tongues, and then we have the sleeping Lickitung. Something I just noticed, on the sleeping Lickitung, you have the like division of the tongue on the tip. On all the other ones, you have it further back.
That is
And-
a good notice. I wasn't 100% sure how to sell it, but I think it looks better further back, the division, and then it's just kind of like a kind of almost like a foot or a blob, especially
Yeah.
if we're gonna use it jumping that way. So,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
The thing that I thought it was kind of funny when I realized that is because I didn't get it, but there is, I think the very first sprite of Lickitung has the division on the front, and then everything else has the division on the back.
I think I might have been confused when I was looking at reference images because I'm like, what looks better? And then like after I drew the
Right.
long one coming out of its mouth on the left, and I'm like, oh, this kind of just look better if I did the division up top, huh?
Okay, I'm gonna grab that sprite, and I'm also gonna grab one other piece of art that I saw when I was collecting the art to put on there, that I just think is kind of funny.
Yeah, so no more. Someone asked, so no more spiral patterns. I guess not. I didn't really feel like the knee circles added anything, so I didn't put them in my design. But I don't think they look bad. I was just like kind of like everything I added. I wanted to like have a purpose, and it didn't feel like those did anything for it. We
Yeah,
could
your
try
design
it.
philosophy is so different from mine. I'm just like, the reason can be it looks nice. I feel like it breaks up the monotony of like the lower half of the body somewhat.
Yeah, that's true. I'm open to putting them on there and seeing how they look.
That's just
I
me.
don't-
Though. I like his eyebrows. That's
Oh,
very
thank you. That was one that really early art of Lickitung sometimes has eyebrows, and I saw that and I was like, well, I like that. I'm sad they got rid of that because like, I know one in the anime had eyebrows when I looked them up. I can throw that in chat if you want.
His head is so big.
Anyway, here I'm gonna give up on blowing it up, but yeah. So here's the art, the sprite of Lickitung, where the tongue is split on the front, and it's almost like a really thick snake tongue.
It is. It does look a lot like a really thick snake tongue.
But here's the other art that I wanted to bring in just because it's funny. This is Lickitung from Smile. know you guys haven't seen it yet. There it is. Now it's on stream. That is definitely a smiling Lickitung.
He's a very happy Lickitung.
Oh, I might be far behind. I might be too far behind on the stream. Uh-oh.
It took me like a couple seconds.
I'm waiting for it.
It's
How
coming.
far behind am I?
Wow.
Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, she's precious.
He's adorable.
Look at him.
He's a baby.
A perfect boy.
Charon says, just draw a Lickitung from Smile and you have achieved perfection.
No. Really
but
have.
all right.
It's so hard to design it. I love him so much already that it was maybe I shouldn't have picked a Pokemon I liked so much because I was just like, what do I do?
That's my problem with Tangela coming up. It's
Yeah.
just like, how do I make Tangela better? It's hard.
Or not
Yeah.
nice thing. Raw. Wish I was.
Okay, not quite. this isn't quite there. But
Yeah, this is gonna be a tricky pose.
It's a long glip.
I'm just loving this already. I know you just drew a bunch of spirals, but I'm gonna put a piece of art in Discord for you because it might be fun to make the tongue more spirally to make him on. Not as crazy as what you were just doing, but I'm gonna post a concept that I think would be interesting.
Yeah, getting rid of the shoes is like one of the things that I have on my list for Tangela. I won't give away too much though. I don't want to spoil anything.
Big gross feet. Just human toes and
Human feet, hairy human feet,
very hairy.
hobbit feet.
Lots of lint.
So much lint. He's just
So
belly
much
button
lint. The space between each toe digit has its own lint atmosphere.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're getting a little nasty.
Okay, so it's what you're suggesting, Julie, is that it is arms after all. It's just arms on the tongue now.
Gosh, this pose, it just doesn't make any sense the way he'd be holding himself up like that, because he'd be like so top heavy, he'd just like, he'd fall right over.
Yeah.
Would be funny.
It would be funny. Check out the one I put in text for voice chat.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at.
Okay.
That I was just responding to.
What do you
It is
think of-
arms. It's just arms on the tongue.
Arms on the tongue, yes.
But yeah, I feel like having actual arms, even if they're just like little ones, would actually help to sell this pose.
I agree. Just like
I'm open to it. I don't
most
want to be.
minuscule little arms.
Hang on, gotta figure out what the rest of the body looks like, because with or without the arms, it is kind of an awkward body shape.
Yeah.
It's very.
I've given you a weird one, I'm sorry.
It's very bottom heavy. Maybe something like that? I feel like, yeah, maybe if we draw in a pose like this, it'll look too much like it's supposed to like be holding itself up like that.
Yeah, I'm
like
kind of with you now. Yeah. It's tough because you're supposed to sell so much about this design with this one pose.
Yeah.
Yay! What do you think of something like this? Like,
What card?
so this way it doesn't
Oh,
necessarily
yeah, no, they
look
should
like the
probably
tongue
do that.
is like on the
Ban it or
ground.
reprint it.
Yeah.
It's getting too high.
Yeah, I'm open to that. So still like jumping, but the tongue's kind of like coming at you.
Yeah, and I think that gives a good impression that the tongue is how it interacts with the world, that it's like reaching out with its tongue.
Yeah.
And the tongue also doesn't like obstruct in this pose, it doesn't obstruct the body, so we can show all of its detail. You said you're open to it. Do you like it or do you not like it?
No, I like that. I like what's going on here.
Okay, I can try to actually draw this properly.
This can be it.
Okay. It doesn't have anything on the back, does it?
No. Do you think I went a little too simple with it?
Well, I don't necessarily think that it needs to have anything on the back or on the thighs, but it is like if you were seeing it from behind, it would be very samey.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
What if we gave it the kind of bib that it has on the bottom left image and just put that on the back pattern-wise, like a cape?
Sure.
Also, I made a very crude drawing of what I'd like the arm to look like, and I put that
Okay.
I put that in. If we decide to do arms. I don't know if I want to.
Oh, so you're
But,
giving yeah, we'll try the arms, but so you're thinking more like T-Rex arms in
Yeah.
terms of the like position as well.
Right,
and not
yeah,
just the
and
proportion.
that still the nail on the end, like the toe has.
Right. Okay. We'll try it. Let me see if I can draw just the rest of the body first.
Yeah, 'cause
how did you make it
I
look
guess
so happy
Lickitung
with the mouth downturn?
How did I what?
How did you make it look so happy even with the mouth being downturned?
Lickiting's just a jolly fellow.
He's very happy. He enjoys his life.
Just kind of got this blank look in his eyes, and I love it.
It's Lickitung, the superhero no one wants to save them. I'm sure there are people who would be happy to be saved by Lickitung. Maybe not their first choice. If at any point I draw something that you don't like, please stop me.
I might make the eyes farther apart. I think, I don't know, is that something I did? Maybe not.
I guess you gave it more of a snout and I didn't. I made it quite flat, so I will fix that.
Man, I feel like your fans are gonna hate this one. They're just gonna see this one and be like, "You just took the arms off." Like, dang it, they're right.
I mean, they will be right, and that will have been the point.
Yes.
But I think most of the people that we...
Oh no, now both of the llamas are hanging. Somebody save them.
I think most of the people whose opinions I care about at least are here, like, in the chat at least, so...
Nice.
Chad, you're too sweet.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
But it's just that there's a lot of people who watch my videos, and I don't really care what they think. Like, there are some people that watch my videos and disagree with almost everything I say. Like,
that's YouTube
every
for
time.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm not given any reason to worry about what they think.
Yeah.
I mean, I disagree with a lot of your opinions, and you still care about what I think.
But you don't just disagree with everything.
No, I don't.
And you don't...
We agree on things sometimes.
And usually we respectfully disagree. And
yeah.
YouTube comments are not always that respectful.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
I like the face that you've drawn. It's good.
Yeah, he's super excited looking. The eyebrows definitely selling it. He's like, yeah.
I love eyebrows. I love big, thick eyebrows. I'm gonna put them on everything.
Well, eyebrows are very expressive. It's one of their main uses for us humans, so...
I wouldn't leave any negative space underneath the tongue to kind of like give it more weight and make it look thicker. But I like what you're doing with the face shaping right now. It's very good.
Thick tongue. This boy got a thick tongue.
Here, I'll just draw the tongue separately so we can figure out what the mouth looks like, and then we'll put the tongue in it.
See, yours also looks happy with the downturned mouth. It's the secret of Lickitung.
He's just so happy to be alive.
Yeah. He's kind of got a bit of Yoshi energy, and I like that about him.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
big Yoshi energy.
I keep being dissatisfied with the bump on the side here. I'm like, it needs to be more prominent. No, it needs to be less prominent. No, it needs to be
I think
more
it's good where
prominent.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I changed it, and you can't see it yet, but
It's fine.
but
It's
now
totally
I think
fine.
it looks good. Okay. Now I'm happy with that. And
I love this pose that we have chosen.
that's good. That's a relief.
I might try to make the legs look like they're hanging down a little more. I don't really know how to sell that. Maybe,
Yeah, I feel like they're
know what I'm
pointing down
asking for.
enough, but I can point them down more.
Maybe they look kind of squished up because the thighs are still very big, like the way that they would be compressed if he was standing on the ground.
Right, yeah, I guess I can move the feet down and then kind of stretch out the thighs a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm asking for.
Okay.
Just to really sell that jump.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, I think so. Though he might just look like he's standing on his tiptoes because the tip of the feet are both at the same level right now.
I could put the two feet in like different poses, so one is pointing down and one is like off to the side or something.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
So let's edit this leg, I think. Actually, no. I think I have a better idea. Let me copy this leg so I don't lose all of the work if I decide to go back on it. Oh, no, I see. There.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, he's looking super cute.
Yeah.
Yay!
Now it's jumping. I need to.
Okay, it's
Now
around
he's
6,
going.
so I gotta hop out.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
no
glad
problem.
you were
I
able
had
to
fun.
stop by.
See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's a jump boy. It's a regular jump man.
It's Yoshi. Wait.
Yeah, this is great. I like this pose. Oh, no more hot takes because Nest left? No, I can throw some out. What's a
Wait,
hot take?
before you throw out your hot takes, do you want it to have any kind of pad or something on the bottom of the foot?
Let's do a little tiny circle on the lower half. I have an incredibly hot take that you will hate and everybody in chat will hate.
Oh, okay.
Umbreon's the worst Eevee evolution. It's incredibly boring.
You can't be serious.
I'm dead serious.
Nope, you can't be serious. It's impossible to have.
Dead serious.
It is literally impossible to have that opinion. It is impossible to have that opinion when Leafeon is right there.
Leafeon's got kind of an interesting silhouette, and I kind of like the fading that it's got on all the parts on it, and I really like how crisp and dandelion the tail is, and I don't have that many nice things to say about Umbreon.
Nope.
Did a blood vessel pop? Or...
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I just don't believe that Julie is serious.
I am dead serious. I think it's totally fine that it's your favorite, and I have resigned myself to the fact that it is the just kind of the poster child of dark, brooding, edgy, fun, cute Pokemon. But it's not for me.
Okay, but Leafeon is still worse.
No.
I totally understand it if you don't think that Umbreon is the best Eevee evolution. That's fine. Like, I really like a lot of them. I think Sylveon is great. Glaceon is great. Espeon is great. But it can't be the worst.
Obviously, I'm not actually salty about having this discussion because it's totally opinion. But
Of course.
I think I might actually put Leafeon in top half of Eevee evolutions. I like Leafeon. I will admit it's got a terrible shiny, and the name is very uninspired. But I like the design.
I really don't.
And that's fair. Of course, I'm probably too critical on the EVs just because they're very popular. But I understand why they're popular. They're cute. I get it.
Yeah, no, they are extremely popular. That is true. Can't deny that. Obviously, it's not enough for me to dislike Umbreon just because it's popular. I'm not that much of a hipster.
I don't think it deeply changes how I feel about things, but I'd be lying if I said that popularity of stuff doesn't affect how I feel about them.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more critical of things that are popular because I think sometimes people are too forgiving of things that are popular.
That's fair. But Umbreon is not one of those things. Just to be clear.
I'm sorry I said it.
Yeah, no, you're not. First of all, no, you're not. And second of all, you shouldn't be.
I'm sorry that you feel wounded by my deeply powerful opinion.
Oh no, I don't feel wounded at all. I feel more worried about your mental well-being.
It just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't even have any like fur tufts on it. It's like smooth. It's smooth like a shark. It's like just a smooth boy. It's weird.
It is smooth like a short-haired cat.
Short-haired cat's got hair. I feel like Umbreon would feel like a car if I touched it. Just like a wet fish.
Yeah, I don't see that. I definitely imagine it having fur like a short hair cat. So
I think with the other Eevee evolutions, it's very evident at some point in their design. Well, of course, not Vaporeon, but the ones that are meant to be furry, I feel like it's very evident. Like Jolteon's got the spiky fur, and Flareon's got the fluffy fur, and even like a really sleek one like Espeon has the fur tufts underneath its ears. But Umbreon doesn't have any of that, which really confuses me about its design. I look at it and it genuinely doesn't feel furry to me.
do Glaceon and Leafeon feel furry to you? Or Sylveon for that matter? I don't think... I'm trying to remember if Sylveon has any fur tufts, and I can't think of any.
Sylveon's got the tuft of fur on its head. It's got kind of like a few tufts where the quote-unquote hair would be, I think.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sharks are totally smooth. I could link you a whole thread about how smooth sharks are. Discuss, chat. Leafeon never felt as smooth to me because I know it's got like a lot of leafy parts coming off, and obviously that's not a fur, but I feel like that beige color is so common in like cats and dogs. Though you could argue that black is totally like a common cat and dog color too.
Mm-hmm. I was about
Feels more...
to.
There are not a lot of wild animals that are that deep black. That's something we've kind of bred into them as humans, and maybe that's why Umbreon feels more artificial to me.
If it feels artificial, like it was bred to be that way, you mean? Or like it was designed.
I don't like its design.
I get that. I mean, I don't get it, but I get it. But you're saying that it looks artificial. Are you saying that it looks like artificial in the sense that the people of the Pokemon world bred it to look like that, and then it doesn't look natural, or that
I'm saying it looks
people of our world drew it that way, and that's why it doesn't look natural?
No, like Pokemon World. Let me try to articulate this a little better. It looks kind of artificial in the way I would expect a steel type to look. It's very calculated and, God, I can't even think of a better word than smooth, but the other Eevee evolutions, I think, have like a warmth to them, and they do feel very fuzzy and pettable. And I think that's a reason a lot of the people like Umbreon, that it does have that edge to it. But
I mean, I feel like I could pet Umbreon, but like
in that design for me, because it's so very sleek, it just doesn't read as fuzzy to me. It reads as like a latex suit.
Do you have this experience with any other Pokemon?
Pokemon that, like, what's another Pokemon you think is furry?
That I think is furry and that maybe doesn't
like
look explicitly furry, like Sneasel maybe.
Let me pull up an image of Sneasel. How do I feel about Sneasel?
I love Sneasel, so be careful what you say.
It's okay. I've already shit on your favorite. We're beyond the point of no return. I think because of the tufts of fur going up to the ear and the segmented feathery tail, it feels like it has a more plush quality to me. It's little things in the design, but it does sell it as fur to me.
Interesting.
Another thing about Umbreon is it doesn't have ear holes, which also makes it feel more artificial. God, I'm using the same words, but I don't know what other words to use aside from artificial.
Synthetic?
Yeah, that works.
I mean, it means exactly the same thing, so it doesn't really help. But how's Lickitung looking?
Lickitung's looking great.
Let's try some arms on it.
Okay, you can try the arm that I have shared with you.
Okay, am I allowed to try a different arm, or is that the only one you will consider?
I will consider other arms, but I think that is the arm that will look the best.
Okay, I just want to show you like how I think the arm could work. So I will.
Okay.
I'll try yours first. But
Oh, so many questions about how I feel about Pokemon textures now. Yes, Pikachu feels fuzzy to me. No, Bayonet does not feel fuzzy to me. Yes, Zebstrika feels fuzzy to me. I hope this helps.
no, it doesn't. Pikachu feels fuzzy, but not Umbreon?
Yeah, I think it's the stripes kind of read more animalistic to me, and the little brown part on the start of the tail. Does Chansey have fur? No. Chansey is smooth.
Like an egg.
Like, yeah.
And Zebstrika looks fuzzy to you?
It feels like it would have fur, right?
Well, of course.
Yeah.
But
No, maybe fuzzy isn't the right word.
what I'm trying to understand is what makes Umbreon different.
It's the way that it is. Gosh.
You just opened a can of worms. You had no idea.
It's like the shading on it is like so very flat, and it just makes it look like this smooth bean in a suit almost. You hate this opinion, but I don't know how to articulate it more than I have.
I just don't see where you're coming from.
It doesn't look fuzzy. That's where I'm coming from. Doesn't. Nope.
I might have an inference. I don't know.
Okay.
That like because like Pikachu, Zebstrika versus like Chansey, like even though Pikachu is a very like cartoony animal, it can still translate as an animal. Same with Zebstrika. Whereas like I can see where Umbreon kind of falls in between that line. And so, because it's like ears are so exaggerated and it's like the way it is, you could see it like not really existing. Therefore, you can't envision it being fuzzy.
See, that's the part I don't agree. Like, how does Umbreon not look?
No, hold on. I think
animalistic?
Victoria's onto something here because to me, it's like yes, it's a feline, but what kind of feline is it? Because
It's a rabbit.
not a rabbit. It's not a rabbit.
It's a moon rabbit.
It has so many characteristics that don't like they're all from different felines, but they don't come together they don't necessarily come together in a way that like you can see it existing.
Yeah. So because I can't tie it to another animal that exists, like a zebra or I guess Pikachu is more abstract. Like it's a rodent, but of course I have rodents and I touch them and they're very fuzzy. It's hard for me to even tie Umbreon because we can't even decide what kind of mammal it is right now. Is it a rabbit? Is it a cat?
Well, the thing is that it's all of them, but that's the point with all of the Eevees. Like. They are all generic mammal, right?
Right.
Like, sure, with the exception of Vaporeon, but Vaporeon's a weird one. But like, Flareon is more like a fox, and Espeon is more like a cat. But like, like you can't look at Espeon and not see a cat, right? And I guess you can't look at Flareon and not see a fox, probably, even though it doesn't have the longer snout. But that's the whole point. It's that Eevee is like a generic thing, and all of the evolutions, like, they are more one thing than another, but they are also still very generic. Yeah, so it's just like that. That's just all of them.
I think what brings Umbreon away from that for me is the ears just kind of being like these tubes and not having an inside like all the other EVs do. And just not having any inference of fluff anywhere. And keep in mind, I love to make my designs really simple. That's why this boy may or may not have arms. So it's cool that they have communicated what they wanted with so little. But I think because of that, it leaves it more open to interpretation. And I am definitely interpreting it strangely.
Back at the topic at hand. How do you feel about these arms? Like,
I don't think they add anything, I'll be honest.
Not even the stubby arms going up. I think that what it adds for me is action. Like, it makes it look more like it's jumping.
That's true. Because of course your arms would be up if you were falling down. They'd be kind of like in motion that way. But then at that point, have I even changed enough about the design? You know?
I don't think that they add anything either, to be honest. I think you can lean into the no arms. I think you can, like, embrace it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm torn.
We can go without. I definitely think that it needs something, like a pattern or something on the back. We can try the cape.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it needs something. Maybe a stripe that goes down the back or something.
Oh, kind of like Pachirisu has.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. It's definitely tough to see from this angle. The back is not.
Yeah.
You've turned it even a little more forward than I did on my rendered drawing, so it would be tough to put anything back there that you can really figure out what it is.
Yeah.
Also, could you try making the neck and the back a little smaller?
Sure.
Just behind the head right there.
Mm-hmm. Less of a continuous thing.
Yeah, I think I had them a little more segmented in my drawing. See if I like that more.
Snorlax, furry or not?
Good question, Courtney. I think.
Snorlax does not read as furry to me, but I have seen it drawn as furry, and it's very cute.
Well, yeah, and like to me, the Snorlax in Detective Pikachu, like, that's exactly how I would expect a Snorlax to look.
Oh yeah.
Big fuzzball, like a Totoro, I guess.
Yeah, I like that interpretation too. I think kind of the way they render it in the games, though, almost feels just like a big man. Like, I feel like it would be touching a large man's belly. You'd just be like, oh, okay, hello.
Well, to be fair, it is the main inspiration for.
He's a big
Snorlax
man.
is
Yeah.
a man. Yes.
That is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's someone from Game Freak. So what could we... Is the neck better now?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Before
like that.
Before I try to add more stuff to it.
Oh, and I should also probably like clarify. I've seen Umbreon fan art that makes it look very fuzzy, and I like that too. I probably like Umbreon fan art more than I like official art for Umbreon.
That is an acceptable opinion.
I'm getting to a state where you're like, okay, I can sleep now with what she said.
Yes. I'm just gonna try moving the eyes a little bit closer to the side, making the eyes a little bit less front facing.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, helps it look a little bit more like an animal. And I think I need to adjust the shape of the mouth a little bit. Were you gonna say something?
That's a good question. I've lost my train of thought. The eyes might look a little better if they were a tad lower.
Yeah,
Not
I think
sure.
so. I was just noticing that myself. Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
I do really
Also-
think that it needs something in this area.
I'm not to the point where
I
you're
know,
at there yet, but I believe you.
you'll get there in a minute.
Yeah.
A pattern on the back, something on the tail.
I am open to it. I just couldn't decide exactly what I wanted. Let's do something on the back top of the tail, because I feel like that's very visible in the pose that we've chosen. But what to do is the question.
Belly stripe is still missing. There's 2 stripes plus the one that continues to become the tail. At least that's how I interpreted it.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. Justice for belly stripe.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
why I'm confused. Like I don't know.
So what should we put at the top of the... I mean, we could bring back the circle that was on the legs before and then put that on the top of the tail, but, I don't know if I would... Well, we could try it.
I think that could work.
We could also put 2 of the belly... Like, 2 or 3 of the belly stripes back on the tail. On the top of the tail.
On the top of the tail?
Yeah.
I kind of like the circle there.
It feels so much to me, though, like it doesn't really add anything to the design. It's just like, well, we put it there.
Well,
There wasn't anything there.
Yeah, but that is what it adds to the design. Is that it...
I want it to feel cohesive with the rest of things, which is why I might like the stripes on top better, just because there's stripes elsewhere. Then they kind of mirror the belly and the eyebrows. Yeah, if people liked the 3 stripes on the belly too, I guess we could make one more segment. Yeah, that's what it needed. As soon as you drew that in. Okay, I'm cool with that. That feels more...
I put one on the back as well now. What do you think? think the third belly stripe is unnecessary. Like, it would make the belly too crowded to have 3 of them.
Okay. What if instead of the one on the back, we do 2 on the tail? So then we have 2 belly stripes, 2 tail stripes. And then kind of in the middle of both
I was
them.
thinking of it as 2 front stripes and 2 back stripes. I'll try it, but I feel like having 2 on the tail is going to be also too crowded. Although I guess it could be on a different part of the tail. Yeah, I think it's better on the back.
Try putting the stripe on the tail. Try making the one you had there first, the one that's further back, and put the other one like closer to the body, in between the base of the tail and the other stripe.
The 2 stripes are on the same layer, so if I'm gonna potentially overlap them, I need to make sure that they are no longer on the same layer. Something like that. Like I'll redraw it. I'll redraw it to get the perspective right. But
that works for me. I don't know if that works for you.
I think I still liked it better on the back, but it's fine.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have as strong an opinion here, and this is your design, so as far as I'm concerned, your opinion rules.
Except for Umbreon.
Then my opinion does not rule.
Well, to be fair, you are not the lead designer of Umbreon, so your opinion it doesn't matter as much there.
I don't know if you are either.
Well, no, but it's my opinion. You can care about your opinion more than mine. I'm going to care about my opinion more than yours.
That is generally how opinions work.
Yeah. Whereas if you were the designer of Umbreon, giving me your opinion on what would or wouldn't make Umbreon better, like, I might disagree, but it's your design. You go for it. That's what I mean by your opinion rules. Like, I will do what you say, even if I think that there are other better options.
I get you.
Yeah. You're happy with it back there?
I want the stripes to be the same length, and the first one right now seems shorter than the second one. But I'm happy with the placement.
I'm working on that because
it's a weird
just a weird
angle.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job. Genuinely.
Not sarcastically.
Not sarcastically.
Okay, thank you.
I know I've been very sassy about Umbreon, so I appreciate you.
You're doing a great job.
It looks wonderful.
doesn't look right.
Yeah, that's another one. Tapirs totally have fur, but to me, Drowsy feels like something that's nude. I think that's because Hypno has the furry mane, so I kind of always assumed that like the body texture of that is smooth, and the fur is only on Hypno when he gets his big fuzzy mane. I don't know if that is also felt by others.
No, not me. To me, almost all Pokemon are fuzzy. Like, obviously there are some Pokemon that that I should specify. Almost all animalistic Pokemon are fuzzy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I could pull up examples, but to me, I'm like, it's a visual medium. Like I feel like if they were fuzzy, I would know for sure, right?
I guess, like, the other day, I mean, it's been a while at this point, but like, we were discussing whether or not the nose on like the heart nose on what are they called?
Swoobat.
Yeah, on Swoobat, whether the heart nose is a heart-shaped hole or a heart-shaped indentation that is like colored black.
Okay.
And it's like you'd think that would be obvious, but it isn't.
Right, because with these simple designs, sometimes it really leaves room for you to interpret a lot of things in your brain.
Oh yeah, and especially when you first encounter it on a sprite, or when the 3D models aren't like perfectly detailed.
Right. That's almost the blessing and the curse of simple cartoony designs. And like, I can't say you're wrong for interpreting Umbreon with fur, because like that's probably the way that it's meant to be interpreted, but it just doesn't read that way to me. I'm looking at Swoobat now, and who's to say?
Yeah, so
to me it just looks like a marking almost. Like it's just flat on there.
There is an indentation. I don't know if you're looking at the official art or what, but in the 3D model, if you're looking at it like from the side, there's definitely an indentation there.
Huh.
It's not a big indentation, but like my argument for it being a hole is that none of the 3D models have deep indentations for anything. Like all of the eyes are flat. Like the eyes are all eyes are perfectly flush with the rest of the face. Open mouths aren't holes. All that kind of stuff. It's just like it's really simplified for the model. So
yeah, and I think it's meant to be a nostril. I'm kind of with you on that one.
I interpret it as a giant nostril.
Yeah, what I am learning from looking at Swoobat is, gosh, I love Swoobat. What a cutie! What a great Pokemon.
Speaking of a cutie, are you happy with Lickitung looking like this if I just color it from here?
I think the only thing I would change is I would make the head a little bigger. I think I had the head a little bigger in my design. Which, I know that classic Lickitung, I guess the one on the bottom left has a pretty big head too.
Does this capture the whole head? It does. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I go too far?
Honestly, I think that's great.
Okay.
Oh, and maybe I'd make the back leg a little bigger too. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I keep
no,
just
it's
being like,
fine.
change this.
Oh, wow, okay. Why did I put all of those things on the same layer?
Oh gosh, we have started an argument in chat about Swoobat.
Yeah, I kind of expected it. TBH.
I don't. I don't think it's a hole into pure darkness. I think it's just the representation of a nostril, like a very large nostril, but I think it's kind of meant to be one. It does fire things out of that hole in the anime, so.
It does what in the anime?
It like fires heart stamp out of there. Out of its
comes
nostril?
out of the nostril.
It like comes
Right.
out of the nostril, yeah.
Yeah. Gano, the Pokédex, pretty sure the Pokédex has the wording something like it's like their nostrils, blah blah blah, or something like that, right? That would be just like saying, I think that's what it is. But that would be just like saying, and like yes, nostril is plural there, but it's just like saying, the heads of humans, like, doesn't mean a human has more than one head.
Trying to find the word nostril.
Yeah, it
emits
surprisingly
sound waves
doesn't come
of
up
very-
as much as you'd think in the Pokédex.
So it emits sound waves of various frequencies from its nose, including some powerful enough to destroy rocks. And if it's emitting them from its nose, that would denote there's a hole there.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'm sorry.
Suction from its nostrils enables it to stick to cave walls during sleep. It leaves a heart-shaped mark behind. Okay, that does suggest that it's nostrils plural, but like.
But is it nostrils on one Swoobat, or is it multiple Swoobat's nostrils? You know.
And also, like, if the heart shape isn't the nostril, where's the nostril? It's like it isn't on the design.
Yeah. God, nostril is a horrible word. The more I say it, the more I hate it. Sounds bad.
Mm-hmm. And Heart Stamp the move literally leaves a heart-shaped mark. And if you were doing suction with your heart-shaped nostril, it would leave a heart-shaped mark. And even the Pokédex entry that Gano says, suction from its nostrils enables it to stick to the cave walls during sleep. It leaves a heart-shaped mark behind from the suction from its nostrils.
Man, Pokemon fans can argue about anything. It's me. I'm Pokemon fans.
Anyway, are we ready to color this?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Oh wait, the leg bigger.
Oh, I did make it bigger, but I guess I didn't make it bigger enough. You wanted the leg that's facing forward, right? Or was it the other one?
The one behind.
Oh, okay. So that's why.
Well, the
That's
leg
why it
facing
didn't
forward
work.
looks fine too, though. You don't have to adjust that.
No, I can make the leg bigger. That's fine. I made the other leg bigger. I thought you were talking about the other leg.
I just gave it very big features. It had big legs on mine, big head. Yeah, that was good.
It's always a little worrying when you say, "Oh yeah, that looks good," but like you're a minute behind. I'm way past that. whatever you're seeing is not what I have anymore. Okay. I'm happy with this. Should I just pull the colors right out of your drawing?
Sure.
Or is there anything
Absolutely.
that you think needs to be a little bit different from what you did?
I don't think so. I think you can pull it right from there. I hate to say this. Should we make the tail bigger too?
Sure. Should we also make the tongue bigger?
No, the tongue is fine. Well, thank you, Courtney. I appreciate it. I love to draw with colored pencils, so that's just some colored pencils on there, and they're very fun to blend.
You are very good with the colored pencils.
Well, thank you.
I don't think I've seen anyone else draw with colored pencils that turns out like that.
They're not a very popular medium, and I don't know why, because they're great, and they're not super expensive.
Oh, you drew the ropes, didn't you?
Yeah.
I did do that.
I love it, thank you!
I'm glad you like it so much. Ralph is your favorite, right?
Yes. Well, I mean,
Ralph
Gardevoir's
is
my
your
favorite
favorite.
Pokemon, but, like, Ralph is adorable, so.
Yeah. I used to do Pokemon drawings in colored pencil every month for Community Day, and then we would hand out buttons to our local community, like especially kids, when we were all playing Pokemon Go. But unfortunately, since the pandemic, I stopped doing that because it just did not seem safe.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun for like a year and a half. But now it's been like a year since I've done it. Oh my god. Time moves so fast. Make it stop.
I'm gonna actually grab it so that the chat can see.
Thank you.
Oh, you have it. Oh, you have it.
Yeah, the cleaners put it over here.
Okay. Oh.
Wait, what? Oh, I see.
Put it in a very nice frame, too. I'm honored.
I think we need to actually, it doesn't have any matting, so I think we need to put some matting on it, and then, because the circle of the drawing is not quite centered on on the paper, and therefore not on the frame, so I think if we get some matting, we can maybe trim the paper a little bit over here so we can center it properly.
Feel free to slice it any way you want. Unfortunately, I would have centered it more had I known that someone would be displaying it. But I was using these for buttons, so
Yeah.
it's kind of anything went.
Oh, the frame
But I'm
is
glad
actually
it's being
already a little
enjoyed. That was a really fun one to draw. I'd never drawn a field of flowers like that before, and it was cute.
Okay, I think I finally managed to isolate the tail. How's that?
Looks great.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind changing it, but this
I'm like
is
a helicopter parent with this stuff. I'm like, change it, change it all.
I don't mind changing it. It's just that you said it was okay, and then you asked me to change it.
I think what I should have asked is you to just make the body smaller to begin with, because what happened is we made everything but the body bigger.
Okay, So colors are safe now?
Colors are safe.
Okay. I guess as far as the colors, you did make the tongue the same color as the body. Maybe it would be a little bit more just kind of visually interesting to have that variety if they were a slightly different color.
Yeah, I'm open to that. That was mostly a factor of I don't have a ton of pink colored pencils, so oops. I could have been a little more careful about my values though to make them look different.
Yeah, maybe something along the lines of what the official Lickitung has, where it's like it's still pink, it's just a slightly different shade of it.
Yeah. I would like it to be darker than the body though.
Okay.
I know some of the official Lickitungs have it lighter and some have it darker.
Yeah, it's just whatever color they want to make it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would do more of that nowadays. Of just like, we want to make a small change to this, let's just do it.
They used to do that all the time, and now they won't even touch anything that way.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate.
I mean, to be honest, what I really wish they would do is take almost like a Zelda approach. Not even like just completely. So in Zelda, just to clarify what I'm talking about, in Zelda, like the different races, they look different in almost every game, right? Mm-hmm. So like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, like they are, like one is basically a sequel to the other, so their designs are consistent there, but like from those games to Wind Waker, to Twilight Princess, to Skyward Sword, to Breath of the Wild, they all look different. Like Azora doesn't look the same in every game, but you can still recognize that it's Azora because it has the same like basic features, and same with like the Rito and the Gorons and so on. I think basically just the Hylians are the same, the quote-unquote humans. So I kind of wish that Pokemon would do something like that, where it's like there's a different like Charizard, for example. Just take the really like basic defining features of what a Charizard is, and come up with a different design and just say this is what Charizard is.
I would love that. I agree with you. But I think Pokemon feels too big now to change things like that, which is a bummer. Sure.
Oh no, yeah, no, I don't. That's not the kind of thing that I like expect them to do. It's just like it would be nice if they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, just make a different large orange fire-breathing dragon, and
you could kind of argue that regional forms are sort of them doing takes on designs that they wish they could redo.
Oh, that for sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm thinking less like let's redo this because it's kind of boring and we could have a better version now, and more just like in this region, in this game, in this, you know, whatever, this is what Charizard looks like. And it's not this regional Charizard, it's just Charizard.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Man, I love this Lickitung. I think we did it.
That's good.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is correct.
Nice. Okay, I just picked a kind of random color off one of the other Lickitung tongues, and I'll color all of it, but then we can adjust it if you're not satisfied with this particular color.
You're throwing it on now and it already looks fine to me.
Okay. If you think it needs to be darker, redder, whatever.
No, you picked
we can
you
do it.
picked a good value between the pink of the body and the darker pink of the inside of the mouth.
Okay. I really just pick randomly. So Charizard in Let's Go looking different from Charizard in Fire Left, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Yes. Yeah, that's basically it. So like, if you know Zelda, even if you just want to look up what a Rito looks like in every Zelda game, you'll get the idea. Like they're all recognizable as the same thing. The Rito, they're all bird people. They're all humanoid birds. But the particular execution is different in every game. I think the Zora are even more drastically different. And I love that. I think it's really cool. Like, I don't think Zora had any kind of shark features before Breath of the Wild.
I don't think so either.
And then you get to Sidon, who is like just is a shark person.
Yeah, or how like every game they'll just redesign Zelda too. They'll be like, this is how Zelda looks this time, and this is how Link looks this time, and like it's just fine. Everyone just goes with it.
Yeah, but those are a little bit like they stay a little bit closer. They change clothes, but they don't change like body shape.
Yeah.
Which the other races do. So I just wanna the eyebrows are supposed to be 3D, right?
Yes, I wanted them to be 3D like the stripes as well.
Yeah, it's because I actually drew the eyebrow as 3D.
But then the line wasn't thick enough, yeah.
Yeah,
I see it.
It just kind of disappeared. So
Yeah, I made him some thick boys, so feel free to make him kind of chonky.
No, that's all right. And if you're happy with that color for the tongue, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
I
love the pose that you made.
It's gonna be a challenge to get that tongue to like the curve of that tongue to actually look smooth. I'm probably gonna have to use a pen tool, like the vectors, to draw that line, because otherwise it's gonna look the way it does now with like jagged parts that don't transition smoothly. So
it is a big smooth line, but
yeah, those are always a challenge.
I'm sure you'll be able to work it out. I like what we have created, and I feel good about his no arms. He looks like a complete design even without them.
Yeah, no, I agree with for sure. And with the stripes on the tail, it does also look a little bit more balanced. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't look like it's missing something.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think when I just like the more I look at it, I think I might want to adjust the curve of the tongue a little bit so that the tip of the tongue doesn't look like it's touching the tip of the hair, because that looks weird. Like it looks like it's trying to lick its own head.
There. I would either move it up a little so it's away from that, or just make it overlap it altogether. It's just one of those like positioning things.
Yeah, I think I was just gonna like move it up and to the right a bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
To give it a gap. But okay, I will try to finish these all three of these by next weekend.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, but spread out over a week. It should be fine. I would give it a few tongue bumps, says Gano. I don't know what you mean.
Like a bumpy tongue.
Like
did I help define that at all?
Like a tongue with like seismitoad bumps on it.
Yeah, that gets a little too A little too real for me.
Or taste buds.
Well, you wouldn't draw taste buds individually on something like this. Yeah, no, I think it works as it is, and I don't have Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan open anymore, but I'm very happy with how those turned out as well. So, Ned, the next ones, let's have a look at what's coming up. So, next up are coughing and wheezing, which I signed up for, but I can't say I have a particular idea for it. So, if you do, feel free to take over. And
Coughing and wheezing.
yeah, and then the set after that is Rhyhorn and Rhydon, which nobody has claimed so far.
I'll pick it up right now. Put me down for it. I'll do
Okay.
Rhyhorn Rhydon.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about it right now, but I will figure it out.
Yeah, I think I can come up with something good for coughing and wheezing too. I just
Yeah.
in the time since I claimed them, either I forgot my idea or I just never had an idea, and I just thought I can probably come up with something.
And if I have a month or two to think about Rhyhorn and Rhydon, I'm sure I can figure out something.
Yeah, you'll have 2 months. I have 1 month, so we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Julie, and thank you everyone for watching. Just in case anyone is wondering the date of the next stream, that'll be on April 10th.
Cool.
So 4 weeks. I will see you then.
Yeah, that sounds good. And sorry it's been so long since I've popped in, but I will I'll try to be more on it in the future.
Sounds good.
Okay. Have a
Bye,
good night,
everyone.
everybody.